You think we should just play steel toe instead of doing countdown music?
Yeah.
Is that what you think would be better?
Play the fight challenge clip.
Oh, we'll get to that. I have that in my notes. Don't you worry.
Was it your dream when you were a kid that you'd grow up one day and make countdown music?
Yeah. This is why I started the band 25 years ago. Like someday this will be played as people anticipate a show coming on YouTube.
I got the promo code to get, yeah.
Partner. Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Shut the fuck up, asswipe, and suck my cock.
Look, he fucking nutted on my fucking leg! He nutted on my leg! He nutted on my leg!
These guys are fucking idiots.
That is true. Who would want to put their penis in a coworker?
The battery!
There's a show in town, it's going down. Every week we're back on solid ground. Steel toe slipping, but we're gripping. Got the tea to spill, it's always flipping. From April's scrim to Aaron's glee. Oh, this drama's just a spree. Polydrama, legal trauma. Another win, oh, that's the karma. This little piggy went to YouTube. This little piggy's on Rumble now. This little piggy's begging for dollars. And this little piggy's breaking down loud. Every week when we cabbage flow, tune in for this little piggy show. From revenge porn to felony, it's a circus, can't you see? The toe is bent, the goal is spent. His empire crumbles, all hell sent. April's playlist on repeat. Aaron's lies we can't defeat. The countdown's on, it won't take long to see this piggy squeal his song. This little piggy went to YouTube. This little piggy's on Rumble now. This little piggy's begging for dollars, and this little piggy's breaking down. Wow! Every week we'll recap it slow. Tune in for this little piggy show. Oh, this little piggy ain't missing a thing. Just sit back, laugh, and watch the king.
Welcome to This Little Piggy, a weekly roundtable discussion about the Steel Toe Morning Show and the Come Eating host, Aaron Imholte. I'm Carl from Who Are These Podcasts, and with me this week, Patrick Melton from Nobody Likes Onions.
Hi.
Hi. Moody from This Little Piggy.
Hi, I'm from this show.
And, of course, Tukey from Tukey Soup is ready to fight.
Let's go, Tukey, the cum-eating destroyer. Let's do this. Fuck yeah.
Christ.
Tukey is up for the challenge. I have a feeling that Aaron's rethinking this, taking on 5 of us, was it? All
Moody, are you mad that you weren't called out? He probably wants to fight you too. Maybe I'll do 6.
Probably I'm an easy one to fight, but I'm 5'5". I'll look. I know he wants to. He asked me what it would take. He asked me what it would take. A chess match, and then 5 leet code problems from leetcode.com. We will fight against each other with our brains, with our minds.
All right, beat it, nerd. All right, it's been an unusually busy week in the This Little Piggy text thread between the Kill Kevin live event, Joey C's lawsuit, and everything Aaron has been up to this week. We have much to discuss, and I want to get right into it because we will get into the boxing match stuff. I know you just did NLO, and you broke it down brilliantly. I want to get into that, but first I want to talk about Monday night. Aaron missed the goal. Now, he was up against WWE on Netflix.
Right.
So
Those were my binary options.
you got to look at the counter programming when you look at ratings. Obviously, that's going to be part of it.
It's like when he would go on in the morning and he'd be like, "Oh, it's meme copium streaming. That's why I have 280."
Yes, he always thought that was the same audience.
And as we know, he's not a wrestling guy. He said multiple times he's not a wrestling guy, and so his audience naturally went to wrestling.
You guys, there's a Golden Girls Marathon on the Hallmark Channel. Of course we're not going to have an audience.
I'm up against the Indian and the color bars, of course.
So he always has lots of excuses. And actually, I have a timestamp here. Maybe we can check it out if you'll indulge me. And I figure out how to share my screen and things.
I'll shadow box while you're doing that.
Please do,
Yeah.
because you're.
And I'll tell people, if you didn't see the NLO, I did the special Friday morning episode. I just can't believe it. Aaron's challenged me to a boxing match. I've answered. He put a bunch of stipulations on it.
Hey,
Oh boy.
sorry. Go ahead. Yes.
Is that what you're getting into?
Oh no!
Anyway,
is Aaron here?
we've responded and we've given him everything he's asked for, and now we're just waiting to hear back. He's got to set it up. He wants contracts drafted. He said that they would get those done at the Rotary Club, and then he realized he meant notary, but that still doesn't make sense because that's not where you get contracts.
No, it's definitely not. Yeah, I do want to get into all of that. We have sent the link to Nick. We've sent the link to Aaron.
Yes.
Right? Okay.
Wow, this could be big.
Yeah, this could be big. Who knows who's going to join us today? I'll keep my eye out to see if anyone pops
I heard
in.
that Aaron won't come unless Nick does.
And 4 other guys now.
Yes.
I get it. All right, so let's watch this. This is Aaron on Monday night.
I apologize. Hey, somebody want to just drop in a hundo and we can forget this last 5-minute begging thing?
I just had a brilliant idea, guys.
I don't
Okay,
know why I didn't think of it.
remember the no more goals in 2025? That was stupid. But I just came up with another really smart idea. So just give me $100 right now.
Right. What if, okay, you're right. The no goals thing was dumb. What if we just hit every goal?
That would be fucking awesome. Let's do that one. $100 out the door. Another win for the toe.
I have a feeling he's not even checking donate. It feels like he's playing Bejeweled or something. And He admitted, I mean, he makes these like swipes. He admitted the other day that he plays that game. I can't even think of the name of it. There's like TV ads for it. It's like
Cookie.
no, like Royal
Clash
Gems.
Royale or something.
It's like Royal Gems or something, and there's a commercial where like normal people are like start playing the game, and then they have a crown on, and they're like waving like
the one with the king that doesn't have any
Royal
ads.
Match. Royal Match.
Yeah,
he plays it. He was talking about it. It was like, whoa! I was like, who are the idiots who play these games? You have to buy stuff and like.
Wait, I always see these ads where it's like you could win money by playing video games on your phone. Is this his supplemental income?
Yeah, I swear it's like one of those ones where like the girl's getting out of the Uber and she doesn't have money to tip, but she's like, "What's your phone number?" And she sends him a link to the game, and she's like, "No, you can win real cash every day." And he's like, "This is better than a tip."
Yeah, there's housewives that are making $72 a week. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And do the winnings? Do the winnings go towards the goal?
Yeah, well, no. This goes into his pocket. But Aaron's over there going, well, if there's nothing on Venmo, I can always make a few bucks playing.
But it's more insulting when you think about how little effort he puts into his program. And he talks about today. He was talking about how he watched a Edward Norton documentary on his career because he has so much free time. It's like, what the fuck?
We call it and we do overtime. I'm in if you're in. An Indian doctor.
All right. And then he gets back to something. But I just want to fast forward a little bit because now we're down to 5.5 minutes to go. And that's always when things get the most interesting on his show. And for the people who complain, all we do is talk about Aaron begging. There's a lot more to get to. This week he's been off the rails. So don't worry. We're just starting with this. We'll get into some more interesting things in a minute.
But it's okay. We forgive him. All right, guys, $100 to knock this thing out and do overtime. Otherwise, in about 5.5 minutes, we're locking it down for the day. You guys have been fantastic. I do feel like doing another 30 minutes, and we got a lot of shit to get to still.
You guys have been fantastic.
Yes.
The most generic shit you could possibly say.
It's a curtain call.
Wow, what a wonderful audience.
Yeah, right.
So if you're feeling generous, a couple people throwing in 10 or 20, we'll get this thing hammered out in no time. Thank you so much. Let's knock out the goal. 5 minutes and change left.
You know, I will say this about Aaron. At least he's not spending money on like t-shirts. You know, because a lot of guys, they would take this money and just immediately update their wardrobe.
Blow it all on polycotton blends.
Right.
He is, though. Except it's not t-shirts he wears every day. He goes and bids on like t-shirt memorabilia, like from sports.
Right. Yeah, I forgot about that.
So he is.
He put his name and phone number on that.
Right. He wants to buy t-shirts he can hang behind himself.
I heard last time he went to Nelson's Brothers and they said, okay, we have donuts as big as your head. And he said, you don't know how big my head is.
Left to go. All the links are in the chat. $100 away. Streamlabs, PayPal,
Venmo,
Rumble Rants, Steel Toe Media Inc. on Venmo. Gifted.
Oh, I thought he was going to say steel toe bucks, like Kiki bucks or something. I thought he was going to develop his own currency. That's the next step right there.
He also never tells you what the link is for Streamlabs. I had to.
Venmo.
I was trying
PayPal.
to figure it out. It was like streamlabs.com/Steel Toe Morning Show or Steel Toe Inc. or
Probably
something.
Steel
I had
Toe
to
Inc.
try
is an old
multiple
one.
ones.
Yeah, he's dumb for not implementing the tokens idea.
Yeah, tokens, right.
Memberships. Go for it. Go.
Now we win.
Let's get that rally started.
We win.
Let's get the rally started.
You know, also this week he brought back the hype train, and that's a memory because like we remember he used to have that, and then he got rid of it for the offering plate shaking with the black choir music.
Yep.
And then he got rid of that for the I am a real American, but he still would like just tambourine the offering plate around a little bit. And then he got rid of the music altogether. And we realized how uncringe the music was because him just sitting in silence and waiting for the goal is insane. So now maybe the hype train's coming back, which still was awkward, but at least it's funny.
My
favorite moment of silence was when he would play that, but he has to play it twice. And he loads up a YouTube video that runs out And then he needs to rewind it. And that was that moment where he has to do that.
Just couldn't make a music bed and just play somewhere. With it. Yeah.
Out that $100 and make it another win for the toe. It's becoming the evening show way. I get lulled into a false sense of security. Once we get to 100 on the morning show, and granted, there's like 900 to 1,000 people watching at that time.
Of course.
400. Yeah. Huge.
50 likes.
But like, we get down to 100, like
guys, I just realized Rumble numbers are bullshit.
Right.
real early.
He's like a weatherman for the goal. It's like over here we see that there's a good front coming in that's for the morning show, but then as we know every day it comes down during the evening, and then that's where we need to pick up. But tonight there might be a bit of a change.
A goal forecast. You might be onto something there,
Right.
Moody.
I'll
We need
never
props
forget
for
the
this.
date. I tell people I never forget the date, June 19th, 2023. If you want to hear his show about what he thinks really about Rumble and the numbers and whether they're real or not, because the next week he got a strike and he went back to Rumble and claimed it was great and they really work with you and all the numbers are real. I've been assured they're a publicly traded company, despite the fact that you can have 100 to 500 views on a video that hasn't aired yet. They're all real.
In the show, and then the rally kind of, you're like, fuck, what's the deal? Morning show, once you get to 100, you're like, we're home free. MSO said
The way he thinks about people donating to his show is crazy to me. He's gotten so detached from what's actually happening.
Right.
He's just like, oh, it's another $100. I mean, what the fuck? Guys, just give me $20 at a time and we'll knock this thing out. It's like, yeah, but I could be spending that $20 on something that I need.
And what's with the steel toe civil war? Why is the night audience so different from the morning audience?
Right.
I don't understand that part.
It's a totally different show. It's a totally different show. I don't know if you realize that.
says, let's give Johnny a call and wish him well. I did talk to Johnny today, but if you guys want us to call him on the air, let's knock out the goal.
What is this? What is the constantly hands
It's
going into the screen?
It's getting crazier and crazier. I feel like
Yeah.
growing like orb sighting. Like it's getting more and more and more.
He's the carnival barker standing outside the freak show. That's
You're
all
right.
this is.
No, I think SP said something. He stopped doing. We were making fun of him for crossing his arms,
Right.
and I think the autism in him won't let him cross his arms now, and so he has to gesticulate.
Was he doing that when April was sitting next to him? He wasn't flailing his arms
No,
around.
he
Right.
was
I didn't
crossing
think
his
so.
arms. He was
Yeah,
turning
he
away
was-
from
yeah.
April.
He's to turn away from April.
Oh, and we'll call Johnny.
This
You
is
got.
funny.
I'll call him for you.
This is funny.
And
Gonna
you guys
call
can
Johnny.
send him messages in your super chats and shit. That's how we can knock out the goal.
He's using a guy who's not there.
Do
You know my
the best-
crippled friend? Do you want to get somebody to my crippled friend?
He's
What's
in
that,
the
Patrick?
hospital getting an infusion right now. But we'll
Are you
going
to play when Johnny talks in the chat?
Yes.
Okay.
I think that's coming up.
Johnny's on the show
$5
for free at least twice a week, and no one gives a shit. Why,
Right.
if he's
Yeah, why
not
would you
there,
care now? Right.
would we pay $100 to call him on the phone?
From Small Town Gal says, why is Mike Lindell rocking the mullet? You like that? SP did that for the Vikings. She put the Jared Allen mullet skull
So
thing
cool.
She's
on Mike
she's
Lindell.
making her way
I
on the show.
love it.
She
90.
Yeah, she's decorating the set now.
Did you see the during that football game? She had her hand in
mean
his
soccer?
post.
She had
She
big
was-
man hands.
Yeah, she her manicured hand was in his on his Twitter. Like she's starting to get back in there.
Did you hear? I think it was on his show today. He was talking about what sexually arouses him about Slam Piece.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the first thing he said was her hair. And I went, oh,
My
that's not a good sign.
And I call bullshit because if it was me, I'd say it has to be the way her chin digs into my asshole when she's sucking my dick.
That's the top 5 for sure. But her hair is number 1.
$55 away from knocking out tonight's goal. Let's go, everybody. Phone call to Johnny and 30 minutes of overtime if we can knock it out. 4 minutes left to go.
So for $100, we get to call Johnny on the phone? Yay! That's a pretty good deal. All right, let's see.
Well, you know,
Small town
he's almost out of minutes.
gal started the rally, but we need 95 more to finish it off. Let's see if we can get it done. 3.5 minutes to go. And a real quiet deal. Get on that PayPal. Get on that Streamlabs and that Venmo. They don't take any percentages. We get basically the whole thing. So let's fucking ramrod the shit out of this.
It's just not true.
Right on that Venmo.
It's not true, but it's definitely a much lower percentage than
Sure.
YouTube.
Sure.
So for $95, we'll do a welfare check on Johnny. But if we don't make that money, we don't really give a shit. If he's lying on the floor and can't get up.
Right on that PayPal, guys. Jump in there. We're starting to look like we're at risk for not getting this thing knocked out tonight, but I think you can do it. 3 minutes to go. We've got time, but we need to get on it right now. We're in the double digits. We're only 45 away from doing it on credit. Let's see if we can keep this show on the air, keep it going, keep it moving, and have a perfect start to the week.
Who did he just look
Monday.
at?
Jesus.
That's
He just,
what
yeah,
we're
did he just
Hail Jesus!
God, please, God. Please let me hit the goal, God.
for little bit lower numbers. I attribute that to the
Could he be a televangelist? Like, okay, when he finally gives up on this and people realize, like, I just have to give him money
I
every
mean,
day.
he
I don't know.
is. He is.
But,
This is
but
a
will he
cult.
switch over to Jesus? Because he did start getting into Jesus when he started dating Slam Piece.
Yeah,
Paul
what
Vince,
is? I mean, what is it other than this is a cult? This is a leader who denies reality and keeps gaslighting his followers.
Yeah, but
And-
he's
and-
missing a key element, though, Patrick. You have to understand this. There is already a giant group of people who love Jesus and want to please Jesus. They don't know about the goal. They don't praise the goal like the rest of us do.
Right.
They just know about Jesus. If he just starts talking about, oh, that would be a fun thing.
Why doesn't he call it tithe?
We should take out the word goal and splice in Jesus.
Or
and see what
tithe.
Yes, and see what the show would sound like.
We need to, guys, tithe. Send in your tithe to Steel Toe.
Yes.
Your Steel Tithe.
Still tithe.
the Raw debut on Netflix. And of course, everyone in Minnesota is depressed about the Vikings. 2.5 minutes to go. We are running out of highway here.
He's tying in the Vikings' success or lack thereof to how much he makes. He did his after show the weekend before, and he was like, I knew we weren't going to make any goals. He had this thing on the board. It was the Scourgers, and it was sad at the end of the night. There wasn't one Scourger, not one person gave. And he said, well, I knew people wouldn't be in a giving mood because the Vikings lost. He still doesn't understand the internet. You got to really zoom out here. He doesn't get what the internet is. He's always talking about like people on the internet or like you got to get off the internet. It's like you can't get off the internet. That's not an
Melton,
option.
you don't understand. I've had a good couple of years only because the Bills have had some really good teams. Once the Bills get bad again, no one's going to want to support one of these podcasts. That's how it goes.
That would be great if he changes the goal to God, because then, he could just be like, you're making God very angry.
Right.
Or why not just always be a fan of whatever team's doing the best? And then your audience will always be in a mood. You're always winning, right? And then your audience will always be in a mood to win up to you.
That's actually the best advice you've ever given, I think. That's really smart.
$95 left. Oh, man, we got lower numbers tonight. We did a great show. I'm definitely not
Hate when that
bummed
happens.
about the program we put on for you tonight.
Shouldn't be.
Just
proud.
throw in a couple of bucks, show you appreciate what we're doing here today, and we can get this goal knocked out, crush it, call it another win for the toe, give Johnny a call. 199 from Johnny K says, not feeling well, no calls, please. Oh, well.
Johnny Crunches just goes, hey, don't make me a part of this fucking goal, asshole. I don't want to talk to anyone.
And then he says the quiet part out loud.
All right.
Johnny was probably texting him that whole time.
Hold on. Wait for it because there's a reveal.
Yeah.
Feeling well, no calls, please. Oh, well.
Okay.
I mean, could have just not answered.
Okay. That was not Johnny. That was a fake Johnny, and it was somebody on our Discord.
Oh, gay ops. I knew it.
Amazing.
So they just shot down. They shot down Aaron's dangling carrot.
With a $1.99 too. As if Johnny would super chat the show. Look at he feels so stupid right now. He's
Yeah. He's like, Johnny, you idiot. Don't you get how radio works? I forget who it is. Or I'd give him credit. I'm sure it's somebody like Greg Edwards or something.
Amazing.
Johnny
A lot of nefarious things happening in that Discord, I hear.
Yeah, I don't think they shared that they were doing it. They just said they did it and sent a clip in of them.
Just fucked. Johnny just fucked our goal right in the ass.
now it's Johnny's fault.
So what? I didn't want to lose tonight. I mean, $90 is not the worst loss you can have, but
the goal was 200 to start, or like 190 to start. It's not great. You didn't do great here.
We need a parody song. I don't want to lose this goal tonight.
But it's
thanks, Johnny.
like it's amazing that his community got together and raised $100 for him. Like that is a very positive thing for a community to come together.
It's not
and
enough.
do that.
It's not enough, Moody.
They'll
He
be asked to
makes
do
it
it
sound-
tomorrow.
He makes it sound like they shat in his mouth. Like that.
Right. You think there's someone sitting home going, I gave 15, I could have given 25.
Right.
I really fucked this up.
Is this my fault? Am I responsible?
Should I send a card? I'm sorry.
Imagine Slampy has to cheer him up after every fucking show, morning, noon, and night. She comes home from work, he's bummed. He gets done doing the night show, he's fucking bummed. Like,
Jesus, what a kick in the dick. Thank you, Bigot on Socialist Media, for gifting a membership. $90. Oh, shit. I almost muted myself.
You know you're near the end of the show because $5 equals $5. Amazing how
right, right.
Yeah.
$90 away. Somebody throw in. We got 1.5 minutes left. Help me out. $90 away. Someone pay Pig the shit out of this thing.
I hate when he tries to own it. He's like, see, I used the word pay pig. You can't make fun of me. I'm making fun of myself.
He says that all the people in the chat are his lolcows. Like he doesn't.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're not owning it.
Let's start getting the 10s and the 20s and the 30s and the 40s in there, because right now we are heading for an L tonight. An L for the evening. I don't want that. I want another win for the toe. We're $90 away. We got 50 seconds left. All right. I'm going to get ready to pack up. I really love you guys. I think you're great. Power of positivity. Not getting it done tonight.
Come on, do it on credit. We're good
Do it
for
on credit.
it.
We're good. Come
We're
on.
good for it. Come on, you can trust us.
This is my favorite part of the show because this is when he starts counting like a WWE referee when two guys are outside and they're only supposed to be outside for 10 seconds.
Yeah. It's not seconds. It's not.
I remember when I was 6 years old, 5 or 6, I was going to run away and I was packing.
Mm-hmm.
Mom, I'm packing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm running away.
Mm-hmm.
I'm rolling my suitcase down the hallway.
Mm-hmm.
I'm almost out the door. I'm really going to do it.
Bring me a bottle back, honey.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
She didn't stop me at all. I got to the street and I got hungry and turned around.
We're just happy to see you running, Patrick.
Thanks.
Did you hide under your bed like Tukey did?
I couldn't fit.
Oh, man. We got 30 seconds left. Throw in your money. Give us money. Give me your money. $90 away. Not the end of the world to lose by $90 on this show.
It's a win,
But,
really.
it's not a good look either way. If you
Isn't
hate
it,
steel
though?
toe,
Look at him in real time trying to figure out if this is okay or not. Guys, it's not the end of the world, but it does not look good, and people are going to goof on me, but it's okay. We can deal with this, right?
It's literally the glass half empty show. Like,
Yes.
just the focus is all on how much he hasn't got.
Yeah, which started as an arbitrary number to begin
You're right.
with. Right, good
Right.
point. He could very easily be like, guys, you gave me $105 tonight. Thank you so much. Great show. See you tomorrow.
Yeah, if it was like one of those like thermometers for fundraisers, you know, that they like color in as they raise money, like if
He would
was
do it the
that,
opposite
He would
way.
he would go down.
Look at how much we missed it.
With 35 away.
That is hilarious.
He'd be in there erasing with his elbow.
this is a big win for you. But hey, if you got a few bucks, throw in. Try to make it look good. We got, look at that. Camel Toe with $20. Hold on, we're still alive.
Yes.
Oh, shit.
Camel
let's
Toe
go.
with $20. Let's
That's
see
gonna
if we
start
can
the
rally
rally.
this up here real quick. $70 away from tonight's
Fuck,
goal.
yes.
The other 200 people were watching this going, I'm not going to give money unless someone gives 20. Oh, shit. Okay, there it is. Now I'm ready to go.
If a little more trickles in here in the next 30, 40 seconds, we'll keep it moving. $70 is very, very close.
Yeah.
Is the
Now
boss
go
going to be
ahead and
okay
throw
with
in
that?
a couple.
We're in striking distance now.
Is corporate
all right?
going to be okay with him waiting another 40 seconds? Airtime is
know.
expensive. We got to
Good
keep
point.
this show on the air.
His face is so red right now. Like it's red. He's a
I love
tomato.
that. Johnny, no.
Redskin.
I'm like, hey, guys, we'll check in on Johnny if we knock out the goal. Johnny goes, fuck off, don't call. Shit.
He's done over it.
He's still upset about that. It didn't even happen. Do you think he called Johnny the next day? He's like, dude, what the fuck, man?
Johnny's only useful on the show. Once the show's over, Johnny doesn't exist to Aaron.
That's true.
$70 away. Anybody got a couple more fivers? Anybody got a couple more tens? We can get inside of 50 and give ourselves a fighting chance at a perfect Monday yet? Doesn't look like it. Oh, well. Hey, guys, you did a great job. It was a fun night. A $70 loss, not the worst.
Not the worst. Okay. Yeah, you can deal with this, right, Aaron?
And, of course, I'm going to stall a little bit anyway, so if you want to throw in some money and give us a shot, I can always do the long outro.
Is this allowed in the rules? Can someone check the rule book? Moody, you got it over there?
Yep.
This is allowed. You can stall even though the clock is up.
Anytime before the next show, if he gets the goal, if he gets money
That's
in,
true,
that
yeah.
counts towards the goal.
Like,
And there
in
isn't. Sorry, go ahead.
in football, when the clock goes down to 0 seconds, if you're in the middle of a play, you get to run out that play.
Well, yeah. If the Vikings just score a couple more touchdowns in their next game, they can
Yes,
retroactively have
they'll
won
win
their
that game they lost.
against
Right.
the Lions.
Also, this is against the rules technically, but there is a rule that he can cancel and make new rules at any time.
Oh, thank
Yes.
God. Okay, phew.
You know, if I do the long outro, you can sneak into PayPal, you can sneak into Venmo.
Sneak.
We can get this thing done.
Sneaky.
Sam Show says, no, Johnny didn't ruin his show. I think it was kind of
Whoa,
funny.
whoa,
that
whoa.
we're-
Why did you read the free chat just now? You didn't have to read that. Huh. That's a little
He thinks-
passive aggressive.
He thinks Johnny watches.
Yeah, I know.
He also said Johnny did ruin the show before, and now he's
Felt
saying he's
that
not.
way. Annoyed Wawa supervisor says, God damn, Johnny, he just treated you like his bipolar Vietnamese online girlfriend.
What?
All right. Is Rusty Grammar telling Sam Show, let's be more anti-Semitic next time. Thanks. All right. Well, it looks like we took an L, guys. Even my long outro couldn't do it.
Aw,
We lost by a whopping $70 today.
damn it. He tried
I
everything.
think we'll live. Thank
will?
you very
You
much.
did a
You know
really
what?
good show.
I'm not going to do the overtime because we did fail.
Right. But
I will. You know what I'm going to do?
what?
Oh, fuck.
Here.
I'm going to send
No,
myself
fuck that. We
20.
lost by 7.
Oh!
Yes, he almost did. You're right. He almost gave $20 on credit for another $50 on credit.
I'll get us to, I'll get us to 50 if you guys.
It's different. What he was doing here, he said he will not do overtime, but he will throw in some of his own money so that he could have theoretically hit the goal, and so it would have remained a perfect week.
Because after all, he is a fan of Steel Toe too. He's a toe boy.
He's the biggest donator, probably.
We're taking our L. We're holding our head up high. We did a great show. We're taking our loss like a man.
What
Guys,
is
thank you
this?
very much.
Dude, this is him in front of the mirror. This is him in front of the mirror every day. Did a great show. We're holding our head up high. We're killing it over here. People love it. People love the show.
I'm
So
great.
embarrassing.
You're doing fine, Aaron. You're doing great.
Stuart Smalley. Someone has to
Yes.
put Aaron on that scene where he just talks to himself in the mirror.
Daily affirmations with Stuart Smalley.
Yes.
Yeah, or
You
the
know-
what cool runnings. I see strength. I see power.
All right, let's get caught up on the super tip. Supertip.gg/WATP is where you can go, and I'll stop yelling at you if you go there and donate to the show.
It's time for the cucks. No. Hey, this show sucks, doopy doo. There's Moody and Melton and this dork named Carl, and Rocco has an overbite. Hey, ho, ho.
Son of a bitch.
He got you there. Got you
Cocksucker.
good. Connor with $10. Happy Costco Day, everyone.
What is
today,
that?
Is today Costco Day?
What's Costco Day?
We bring the boom. That's what we do. I don't know.
The boom. We bring the boom to you.
Can I tell you that Tukey was at our live show in Detroit and was playing the Costco Guys podcast, and they did how many booms in a row? 54?
I think it was like 54.
And Tukey thought he was going to get the entire crowd of people to be like, boom, boom. And everyone just stared at him like, what are we doing? And he's just like, all right, abandon that. Never mind. Good thought, though. Good instincts.
Thank you.
I thought it would have happened.
Question posed to Stupid Toe, who doesn't get it yet. Excuse me, bitch. Are you scared of the internet?
What's the goal? Here's a $5 for the kitty. Yuck.
Well. It's Fatty Patty. Just do it. Fake Rocco and a Muslim. What? You know what you all have in common? You're all being sued for using my likeness. I'm not a knicker. You can't steal from me.
The fuck?
Oh, can I bring something up that's not related to Steel Toe real quick?
Yes, how you got John canceled?
Yes.
Yeah, I heard you were responsible for the whole thing.
I want to talk about that. So this is, I'll make this quick. This is completely unrelated to what we're talking about here. But VTM called up whatever the venue was. It was hosting this charity event that John's supposed to be at. And
who's VTM?
VTL.
Vince the Midget.
Oh.
VTL.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It's Vince. So he calls up and he's airing this thing where he's like, why isn't John on the show? And the guy comes on and he goes, well, you bought a ticket. What name was it under? He goes, oh, it might have been under Carl Heberger. So the guy goes, Carl Heberger, he's the one who got the show canceled. I got an email from him, blah, 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 blah. So don't I get an email after Vince is out there accusing me of getting John's show canceled from a guy who says, hi, all, just so you know, I am the one who emailed Cape Coral PD with Carl Heberger email. I saw Vince sniffed it out on his show, so just FYI. I also know getting John canceled is gay, but fuck him. The account I use is not attached to this device, but I'll email the screenshots on Sunday night if you want it. Lucy is hot, skull.
I was just gonna say, you better hope they don't send those screenshots to John, because if he gets screenshots, that's proof.
That's it. Yeah, that's all we need. It's like even my name's spelled wrong on it, and shit'll be like, yeah, he did that on purpose.
Carl, how many times are you gonna get sued by this guy before you fucking learn?
I know, it's brutal. Rusty Hangnail, $2 says, you some bitches better be on time. Yeah, we couldn't pull that off. He also says, make sure to send Nick the link. We did. I texted it to him. It's funny. I texted Nick the link. I haven't texted Nick in so long that just a few messages up from my thread was me trying to make arrangements for him to come on WATP and talk about Brendan Schaub. It was like a very long time ago.
I can share with you after my show. He is, well, we'll wait till you get through these things.
Okay. It was back when Brendan Schaub was suing Unique. I was trying to get him on to talk about that. Rerun, member for 1 month. Thank you. Thanks, babe. Rochi, member for 6 months, says, unban Doom, Mr. Melton. Hi, Dela. You happy now? FJC.
We may never do it if I keep getting super chats about it.
PM is a talentless slob that laughs at whatever he says. He's his own audience. It's annoying, Carl. Boot him. Love the rest of the panel, though.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Can't argue with anything said there.
This guy's making a lot of good points right there. Mike V. Will you ever have Clearwater Chad as a guest? I love his impression, especially of Stuttering John, the Duke's goal. Yes, I know. I owe him an email. I got to get Clearwater Chad on the show. I definitely want to talk to him.
I'm the only one who has no idea who Clearwater Chad is.
He's a guy who started doing a Stuttering John impression very poorly. He just like talks in his normal voice and drinks beers. And John's like, this guy's great. And started having him on the show. And then Clearwater Chad is from Buffalo. And John was all confused. Like, well, then why are you Clearwater Chad? Like he couldn't figure it out. Principal Uncertainty has been a member for 6 months. Thank you very much, Principal Uncertainty. He says it's 24 hours sopping on the Titanic. What does that mean? What does that mean? Anyone?
Sopping on.
Okay, we tried. Mike V again. Clearwater Chad has the Duke down to a science. Please, we need more Duke content, and Chad is the best. I think they're in cahoots, maybe. Our boy Soft Weekly coming in with $5. Oh, this is the mole right here. The new year has been a little rough, But with this AC stuff and all you guys agreeing to fight Aaron, Soft is rock hard. You're doing God's work. All right. Glad we're here. Glad you're getting through it, Soft Weekly. I'm glad to hear that. We got to talk about that after I get through these. Rusty Hangnail, $2 says, I hope Steel Toes nosedives to the ground. You know, I pronounce this guy's name wrong every time. It's actually L. Oh, look, Carl. PM said something mundane and LOL about it, while no one else acknowledged it. He LOLs after everything he says. Now that it's pointed out, you won't be able to unsee it. Sorry, everyone.
I mean, if I didn't think it was funny, I wouldn't say it. If I didn't think it was funny, I wouldn't say it.
Rocco Orbity does $5 says, new goal, buy Johnny Crutches a life alert in case he falls and can't get up. I hope he does have a life alert. Be upsetting if he didn't, honestly. Queefer Sutherland, what if Toe goes to Tukey Mania and gets each one of you alone with no security and starts throwing punches? What would you do then? Please elaborate each. Hashtag OJ Fag for Chad. Hashtag King Melty. Well, yeah, I think Tukey's going to demonstrate.
I'm ready. I'm ready, Carl. Come on, you cum-eating son of a bitch.
Oh, he spit cum in my eye. Ref!
Oh, my eye. Oh, God.
It's not fair.
Oh, illegal object. Oh.
Yeah, if you just start coming, maybe he'll just start licking your chest.
I'm picturing Tukey between rounds keeps adding like bruises and scars to his face and comes back out again.
Like Little Mac in Punch Out.
Yes.
He swaps out one eye for like a closed up eye.
Nick, I need some of those special protein shakes you made Aaron.
Yes. Nick, we need you for this. Yeah, the corner person, instead of like patching him up, is actually like just swapping out eyes like it's a Mr. Potato Head. Mike V says, since SJ left the Daleverse, all I have left is Clearwater Chad. Please have him on, please, begging you guys. Mike V, I hear you, buddy. This is not a Stuttering John show, but yeah, we'll have Clearwater Chad.
I don't know. What's he trying to ask?
I don't know. It's confusing. I'm not sure.
OJ, I'm coming for you. You talked shit and prepare to be shitted on. Can you wear a belt or a small beeping device so I can find your face?
This is a huge rivalry. I did WATS last night with Blind Mike, and he said, OJ, wait for it. Sunday morning, the Blind Mike Project. It's on.
Very exciting.
Why is OJ fighting with everybody? And everybody's calling him gay. And I said, what's wrong with gays? And then they're
He's just not being thanked enough. I think
you're gay.
OJ wants everyone to stop this show every 10 minutes.
OJ's fame is getting to his head a little bit. He needs constant praise for everything he does for us.
Should we be canceling him at Hackmania? Should we put him in his place?
No.
My body shape is abstract.
No, you know what you do? You do the thing you did to Vinny last year. Don't put him on the poster. Because I didn't hear the end of that from Vinny.
Oh, no.
Or we make him take a plane.
Booty my Sandnoga. Make a chatbot machine learned off of Joey C. and Mrs. C's voice super griffs from Tookie's channel. It would be 10 times as funny as Aaron's bot.
Also add a Shuley voice to the choices so I can say who I really feel about the Shuleys and blame it on super grifts.
Who the hell was that?
It's not a bad idea.
That didn't sound like Carl.
Yeah, who was that?
Listen, I don't want to stir up more things with Joey. Look, I don't want to write out a check for tens of dollars. The waste of checks.
Oh, Moody.
We're trying to be green.
Stop
There's a green initiative we've got.
Stop it right now,
Tip.
Moody. I'm going to tell you, I've been tallying this over here on my end. That super chat right there just got us to over $35,000 just on Joey C super tips on our show.
Also, like you didn't have the call with our lawyer this morning, but I did, and he said that you should stop lying because eventually when they get discovery, like they're going to find out like how many tens of thousands. So like us lying about how little it is, like Joey's going to find out. The total number used for his voice, Spiders, his wife's, and everything is well over $100,000.
Yeah, oh, shit.
And he's gonna want a piece of it.
Oh shit!
I'm coming up on 60 myself, Joe. Or I mean, Moody.
Yeah, you're most.
Well, you got a new Tesla with your super tip money.
Oh yes, paid in full. It's fantastic.
Not a new Tesla. He has the old one.
Oh, shut up! The old design is better.
Anytime, cowards, just as long as we only use our hands, have full body protection, sign lofty contracts, and you're in worse shape than me. Just like it is in the streets.
Aaron's noodle arms. Thank you very much for your contribution. All right, let's get into this because this is wild what's going on with this boxing challenge. Now, I just want to point out that he's worried about hurting me. He said he was going to break my nose and probably some ribs.
Well, he
You're
also
a little
said
guy.
beginning-
I'm a little guy.
He said several times he's not going to hurt anybody.
Right. First he said he's just going to be like a sparring partner, not even punch back. But then, so this is what's crazy. And I'll give you the floor, Patrick, to explain this. But
Well, you set it up here.
For some reason, Aaron is now saying that you challenged him to a boxing match. And what I find odd about that is that he's the one who fancies himself a boxer. And I don't believe you've ever talked about boxing ever on your show. So
No.
I'm not sure why you would challenge him to a boxing match. It seems like he would probably challenge you to a boxing match.
I watched a boxing match once and I got winded.
Right. Yeah, it's a lot of work.
So yeah, I don't know. I have no idea what's going on. It's the second time he's done exactly this. The first time he made a bunch of crazy wild stipulations, but this time he doesn't want any money. So it's kind of easy. He goes, I'll come to you and I want to fight not just you. I want to fight Rocco and Carl because those guys all want to beat the shit out of me. Which I didn't know.
Yeah, I didn't know that either, but okay.
And being nefarious, me being the most nefarious of the lot, don't want to beat up.
Right. And then he said he wouldn't hurt anybody except Patrick. And I said, why is that? Which I don't need an answer to. But then he also said Nick has to be there.
Right.
And I've talked to Nick a lot today to make this happen. Because I'm worried, like, will you be legally allowed to do this? That's the big question.
Right.
I got to tell you, Nick is fucking in. I don't know if he can come today, but he's fucking in. He's talking about, he's like, dude, I got to stop drinking anyway. I might as well get ripped.
Yeah.
He's like, I might as well just train for 4 months, get a trainer and just get yoked while I have to be clean. And he thinks he can get up to 190, 200, he said, before the event. And he wants to fight Aaron. And Aaron wants me to go last.
Oh, you're last. I was wondering what the order is.
He said he wants to fight Melton when he's the most gassed.
Okay.
But I think it's dangerous to put Nick in front of me because you're not supposed to fight. You're not supposed to have sex before you fight.
So we're talking about 5 fighters is going to happen. So it's confirmed you, me, Tukey, Nick, and
we're going to put an auction up on hackamania.com.
Okay.
Because there are so many fans.
All right.
Who want to fight him, and whoever wants to fight him the most. And James Baumert already said he would put $10,000 to fight Aaron.
Love it. So it also has to be streamed, and he has to get a contract, right?
For no money?
But there also is a stipulation that if you back out, then you owe him money, but you
Right.
don't owe him money if you fight.
So I said I'm happy to pay him up to $10,000 if I don't show up, and I'll put it in writing, have a contract drawn up. We'll put it in an escrow that will pay it out to him if I do not show up. I'm not worried about this. I'm showing up.
Well, he said that you can't be trusted. He said I would trust Chad. I would take Chad's word on this,
Which
but
makes
Patrick
sense.
is a known liar. So
Well,
there's
look,
no way.
Chad's proven what he does with other people's money, and I haven't.
James, we're gonna need an advance on that 10 grand. Snap.
He did 2 other things. He said that at the beginning, you asked him what would it take to get you to Hackamania.
Which never happened.
No,
I
you just said
I actually
here's
made
a
him
generous list.
I made him the most generous offer. I said, I'll pay for your flight, hotel. I said, I'll give you food every day. I'll give you a food stipend. Yeah, I'm not giving anybody else a food stipend.
You're paying
I assume
Slam
you,
piece.
you can buy your own.
I thought we were all
piece to
getting White Castle cards when we showed up.
You said you'd
That
pay
really
for
is all
Slam
Tukey
Piece.
wants.
You'd pay for Slam Piece to get massages. Like that was on the list.
Yeah, I said I'll fly her out. I'll fly her out with it. Look, I know she doesn't probably want to come, but like, it's the most generous offer I've made to anybody. And he was like, "No, we should fight."
Yeah, all he had to do was say yes.
No, all he had to do was say or no.
Patrick, is this cutting into the profits and the revenue sharing?
Yes, it was.
The fuck.
The fun thing is, last time it was like over the course of like a week and a half as he backed out. This time, over the course of a single
An
show,
hour. Yeah.
the only contact you had with him was "I accept," And
he lost
he
his
started
mind.
going, he's backing out. He doesn't want to do it.
Yeah, when he got up from the table and left for a minute, I was like, oh no, he's on the phone with Slam Piece or an advisor. Because you watched him like, this isn't the real Patrick. And then he found out, he goes, oh, excellent. This will be fun. And then he just kind of like stared at it for a little bit. And it was just like, hello, darkness, my old friend.
There's two things I think will happen because they're the only two things that are in his control now. He'll say yes, but then he'll go to his probation officer when he wants to go and say, look, I need to go and fight some people who wronged me in Las Vegas, and just give a really uncharitable explanation of what's happening there. Not a YouTuber conference that I'm doing for my job. He'll say, I'm fighting some people in a boxing match.
Nick,
to try to get a no. And then the second thing is he'll end up calling the boxing gym and saying like, these pedophiles want to fight me. Can I use your boxing gym to like fight off a group of pedophiles?
There's a map convention going on.
He'll call in an anonymous call, like, there's a bunch of pedophiles coming down to.
Yeah,
So
did
he'd
he
work
call
on
Hackamania like
those.
a pedophilia convention or
Pedofest.
something?
Yeah, or something. Yeah. It's like, yeah,
I've
that's
been the
what
better ones.
Remember when him and Gino fantasized about coming last year?
Right. But now it's just a bunch of guys touching kids.
Right.
The whole time.
And he asks it like in earnest. He's like, isn't that what it is? Isn't it like a pedo convention? Oh, that's sad. It's like,
and do you know how illegal that is? You know how difficult that would be to promote? I certainly wouldn't be doing it on YouTube.
And he went from saying, I don't want any money from you for Hackamania because I don't know where that money's been, but also I need a guarantee if you won't.
you're gonna have to
show
pay
up.
me money if you want me to do this. Hold on, I'm getting messages from Nick.
Okay,
as we speak, and I do want to say, Nick said that he's this is Mother's Day weekend, and he had plans.
Right.
And Nick said I'll be here in 45 minutes.
Okay, great. We'll be here.
But when we would go to the gym, he'd be in the ring getting picked apart by dudes. I would just do pull-ups and talk to April and Kayla because I'm not gay. But he said he's talked to Kayla about it, like coming out here and doing this, and it is on.
I heard him on your show. I heard him on your show today talking about watching Aaron get his ass kicked whenever he'd be sparring in the ring. And actually, Rakeda is here now. What's up, Nick?
Boy. Hey, what's up, guys?
Not too much, buddy. Good to see you.
Good to see. Well, you can't see me, but
no, but thanks for hopping on the show. Yeah,
Hey,
fake Elon,
John
Nick,
Cena.
Nick, when you went to the gym with Aaron, did the head coach ever point at Aaron and be like, "Hey, let's knock this thing out" to the kids?
No, Aaron's the head coach.
No, the main reason Aaron was there is because he's a heavy bag with legs. Like,
right.
If you've got heavyweights who need a sparring partner, you need someone who's, just enough meat to stand in a ring. But like the idea that he's this, I teach guys how to get in there and really throw. Does anybody on earth look at his shoulders and this is coming from me and go, yes, this guy is the guy? They're like, you know what? We really need someone to throw hands. We're going to pick someone whose shoulders approach negative infinity.
Well, he's the tutorial level, so you learn the controls.
Right.
Yeah.
Easy mode Aaron, they call him.
Right.
So why does everything always come to this? Why is everything always we're going to have boxing matches and fighting? And not to ruin this, I know we are going to make this happen. There's going to be 5 guys against Aaron. But when we're doing comedy
That's every
shows,
Saturday for me.
when we're clowning people, why does it always turn into, oh, you just want to beat me up, don't you? It's like, no, we watch.
I know you guys want to beat the shit out of me. I'm the worst guy on earth. I'm the worst guy on earth. You guys have tried to bring me down.
Finally, yes, Tukey wants him. Get Tukey, let Tukey at him.
Tukey is violent. He's not like the rest of us.
I cannot imagine walking around going, yeah, I mean, that guy just probably wants to fight me. Like, whose life is like that? First of all, you have to do some self-reflection then. If everyone you can think of must want to fight you logically, even though none of them have put it to voice, like you have to realize that you must be just an absolute shit.
Kevin Brennan does this too. He's like, Melton, you better stay away from me. I have security. And it's like, Okay. Like I've never made a threat.
They all want to play the victim. And so Aaron likes to say, like, these guys want to get my show shut down. They don't even want me on the internet anymore.
They
It's like,
want me
that's
to
the
kill
opposite.
myself. They
Yeah,
want me to
well,
kill
yeah, then it, gets that,
myself.
then it gets that extreme. It's like it's the opposite of all of those things. We want you doing 3 shows a day.
These guys want to put their
These
wieners
guys
in my
who
butt.
established a business model based on me doing a show definitely want me to stop.
Right. It's just like that when people are accusing me of getting Stuttering John's gig canceled. I'm like, that's the opposite thing that I would do. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, he says if I went up to any of these guys, they wouldn't even punch me. It's like, yeah.
Why would I'm not?
Oh yeah,
I'm not insane.
It's normal.
Yeah, before the boxing matches stuff started, he's like, if I showed up at Hackmania, those guys, they wouldn't even want to fight me. It's like, yeah, no, we just have you up on the panel and watch some clips. Answer for yourself.
Right. He's from his position, he is more he's more afraid of talking to people than he is of boxing them. And we know how good he is at boxing. So where is his like broadcasting level?
I think he's got some social anxiety or something because like I bet he didn't call those radio stations or he never like he's not good with sponsors. He claims to be a great salesman, but I bet he's awkward as fuck on the phone and around people.
He would tell me stories about how good he was at selling ads on the Steel Toe Morning Show for radio. He's like, yeah, I mean, it's so easy to just get ads. I was so great at it. And while I was on radio, you know, I was free to just do this. You know, on YouTube, I want to get back to radio so I can sell ads again. It's like you could sell ads for your YouTube show.
Yeah.
Like, why do you need to sell ads on radio only? Oh, it's because the radio station is what they're buying the ad for. No one's buying the ad for Steel Toe. It's because like, well, it's on like 92.9 or whatever it is.
Right.
Like, but
Nick,
just
did
delusion.
Did Aaron ever talk about how much money he would get for ads? Because Carl and I were having a disagreement. Carl doesn't think that
It's not
$400 a month.
It's not
is what
$400 a
he
month.
would get for ad payments.
That's not
Like,
enough.
did he ever talk about this or with April or anything else?
That's it.
$400 a month?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
That's the same.
Because I heard that and I was like, wait, really? I would get like I get between 500 and 1,500 a video.
Yeah.
To do a 60-second ad read.
Right.
Like I'm not 400 a month and you do one every show and he'll like
And this is what he's currently getting for like Midland and stuff, do you think? Or
I don't know what he's getting now. I know that was the number that was bandied about, and that might have been an aspiratory number. Like I it's like I can't confirm it. I don't have any way to do so. I just know what he said and when I talked to April about. But it's like, wait, that's all you're getting? Because if people who are watching aren't familiar, he does the radio thing where he'll set aside and he'll be like, and well, thank you for today's sponsors. It's like, no, these are just the sponsors of the show ambiguously, and they pay some monthly fee. But that's
he doesn't send them the spots. Like when you have real sponsors, they want to like get the time codes. Is the episode out? Yeah, it's this time code. You can go back and hear it. They need to like prove to the boss that it ran and stuff like that. He's not doing
they have
any
promotions. They have specials.
Right. There's promo codes. Yeah.
He also talks about
they have
going
copy with at least like main points. They're like, look, yeah, this month, you know, the towing place, like, yeah, this month we're gonna have, you know, we're gonna give you your first 18 miles for free or whatever, and we'll give you an oil change. Like they'll have something. They'll be like, we really want to focus on that because we're trying to expand business in this direction or on this product. That's every single thing. That was always my thing with taking ads. Was I was like, well, I'll do an ad, but 2 things: 1, I want to try your product because I want free stuff, and 2, you can't tell me that I can't say something. Like if I want to make a joke about the Holocaust during your ad, don't advertise on my show because I'll probably get drunk and do it by accident anyway.
The old merch clause.
The merch clause. So, Nick, I know you're very successful as a law tuber. How many towing companies did you have sponsoring your program?
You know, not any.
Oh.
They looked at me and they said, this man, if his car broke down, he would just carry it on his large shoulders.
Do you think, does All Care Towing go to Aaron and go like, how many listeners do you think you have in the 25-mile radius around our shop. Like,
well, probably all of them. If I had to guess, he's very proud of being a local show, like local heavy. I'm like, well, but why are you proud of having a local to St. Cloud audience? We're not talking about a high income area. Like, it's not high population density. The
Especially
overall population of Stearns County is not.
No, but they are very racist and they love World War II talk. So he's got that going. For him.
Well, I think they say do what you know, and his house is very low population and low income as well.
He's down to 300 people watching him in the evenings. Like, and it's an international
Sometimes
audience.
it's less than 200. Sometimes it's like 157 if something else is on. If Tukey's
the proportion
on.
of that in St. Cloud would be like what, 30 people? If that,
it's gotta be really low. I'm like, I have no idea. Even if he has a high percentage of local listeners, like you having about above 10% on an internet show localized to a town of less than 100,000, it would be massive. Like it'd be huge. He acts like they're all just carryover fans from the radio. It's like, buddy, you probably only had 40 actual radio listeners. Like, it's radio. People throw it on.
There are things too that like when you need a tow, you're calling the closest tow place.
Yeah, whatever.
If you're
comes up
not
on
calling
Google.
AAA
Right,
or your
yeah.
roadside assistance or whatever, but like, and then if you have if you're a Minnesotan, you have a bar. You have a bar you go drink at in the winter. You're not heading over to Stoney's for their cornhole. Like, you're not. This is insane what he does selling these. Now it's blatant just selling the gift cards because he said Cheetos dropped off the gift certificates this morning, the fresh batch of Glengarry gift certificates, and he's like, Cheetos told him to shovel his
The
sidewalk.
leads are weak. The gift certificates are weak. You're weak.
The best ad for being a towing company is having the name AAA Towing, because it puts you first in the phone book.
Right. It's a commodity. It's a commodity, towing.
So
Like,
many
nobody.
industries, like if you have 2 A's to start your name, you get the overwhelming majority of business.
Aaron, like
Bail bonds are
Aaron.
just-
Nick,
A1 would put you up higher.
Yeah, Nick, I want to change gears real quick. I heard you on the Dick Show last month, and you were talking about, like, Dick was asking you a lot of questions about, okay, once the legal issues are behind you, what's next for you? So I had a couple of questions. One is, what is the date when you finally get this all figured out with your case?
I don't know the precise date that it'll all be done. I have a plea hearing on the 24th of January. So the way it works in Minnesota, I'll make a plea, a guilty plea on the 24th, and then that will then kick off a sentencing investigation by the court. They need to basically make sure that I'm not like lying about something or misrepresenting something, that the sentence that's agreed upon is appropriate. And then there'll be a sentencing hearing. That could be as short as a week. It could be another month. So probably in February, once the sentencing hearing takes place and I'm officially sentenced, then any conditions of that sentencing will kick off and get started.
God,
And
this
then,
takes forever. I want it to happen 3 months ago. This is ridiculous.
I wanted at my last settlement conference, when we got everything worked out, I said, let's go. Let's just put it on the record right now. I would like to get started. I want to move on with my life. But I can't talk about the specifics of why, but part of my plea agreement involves something that the judge has to ask me specific questions on to make sure that I wasn't like coerced or threatened to do it. So, and the judge just wasn't prepared at that time to ask those questions. This sounds like cryptic and weird, but it's not. Like, it's just part of the process to make sure that my rights aren't being violated by a lawyer or by some other coercion or something like that.
Gotcha. So
admit it. Say everything. Say everything you did. Why won't you say it? What are you afraid of?
It's like I've wanted to talk about like what happened forever, but you got to exercise your legal rights, and part of that, you just have to protect what you've got until the appropriate time.
We all understand that. Yes.
Yeah, no one questions it.
Right.
I
already told everyone.
Nick, I need you to plea and get this done within a week. And this is 2 days after I get out of jail. They're like, within a week, you need to get this cleared up. I'm like, do you realize that I live in the smallest county you've ever heard of? And like, they're just not prepared to do it within a week. Plus, we didn't even start getting Discovery until July.
Yeah,
it's
no,
like
this
I don't
takes- this
even
stuff takes
know
forever.
actually what their case is. I have no idea. I can't just go in. Like, I physically can't go in and plead guilty to facts that I don't know that exist.
But I told everyone the facts already. Just admit it.
Thank you.
Tell me when I'm
Tippy
telling
Toe.
lies. Tell me when I'm telling lies.
Because that's my follow-up question. When you were talking to Dick about this, you're like, what's your approach going to be? Because there's been every story we've heard has come from one perspective so far, and there are 3 other perspectives at least on
We've
what
got
happened.
one story from Nick's perspective.
How many more do you need?
So what I want to know is, like, everyone's going to be tuned in to find out what your take is on this. You've talked about how Aaron's made himself the protagonist and the hero of every story. It was actually somebody else with these stories that he's telling. So will you, when you're able to, finally open up and tell us what happened?
Within reason, yeah. But the hard part about it is, and this is something that Aaron doesn't like have any concept of, is that there are 2 other people in this story who have not been vocal. One in particular who has said literally nothing. And there are parts of stuff just relating to me that those things have reflections on those people and how people will perceive them, and they just want to move on with their lives. Like, it's not Aaron's like, no, I'm just telling my story. Like, I was great. 3 other people were criminal
Scumbags.
murderer, child
Yeah, right, yeah.
Like, I'm
It's
just
literally
talking
how he
about
painted
my
it.
experience not raping children. Like, I just, but like, there were 3 other people there. It's like, oh my God, what's wrong with you? Like,
Even before he told the stories, Nick, I couldn't believe it. He was just like, yeah, April decided to take one route, and I decided to go the good way and do all the great things. And someone else did the opposite of that. It's like, yeah, we know what you're saying.
We get it.
Yeah.
I
The other
don't
thing-
do drugs.
The other thing is amazing about him is like now how things have morphed so heavily. So many of these things, it's like, Aaron, this is your idea. Like, this story was your idea. And he's like, I can't believe, like, okay, so he's told the story of how he proposed all of this to April in Vegas, right? Like,
Right,
she's
yes.
in the shower. He goes in there with his palms sweaty, mom's spaghetti, and he's like, babe, I just need you to get out of the shower, right? Don't even towel off. Just come sit with me on the bed, sopping wet. And I need to tell you about this thing that I want to do. And I'm really worried about it. And now he's like, April was saying how she wanted to do this type of stuff, and she just gaslit me into believing that I wanted to do it. I had no agency in any of my decision making. It's like, homie, and that's every story.
Every story. And Melton has done a great job documenting this. Every story has changed to be the opposite of what it first started as. Like, slowly over time, that he doesn't even realize it. Nick, I have to ask you this. Do you know anything about the 3rd wheel that was on that Vegas trip with them? Because it seemed like they started experimenting with this stuff before they were hanging with you guys.
It's actually innocuous. They were not.
Okay.
It was not a 3rd wheel. Like, I think there was someone who stayed in whatever room that they had, but there were it was like a group of friends who went.
Okay.
Like, together. I think there were 3 or 4 people.
That's what he called you guys for a while.
Like, I cannot I cannot speculate or confirm any like stuff like that. As funny as it might be, best I know is it's just like a friend who would go to Vegas with them.
Yeah, but
an
they
old
had,
high school friend of his or something.
They showed their room. There were 2 queen beds in there instead of the 1 king bed, and then they were bragging about how they did Vegas right this time. And it's like, yeah, right next to another guy.
Well, didn't they go to the Green Door? Or what was that place called?
Yeah, they went to the Green
Swingers
Door,
Club?
which is the biggest swingers club here.
Anyway,
Did they
whatever.
really? That's funny.
Yeah.
It's all of it's very weird. He might have known about Baldos long before hanging out with you. I don't know.
Maybe when he talked to her about it, maybe he was like, there's a place we can go and like just watch to see if we're into it or if I get hard.
Or if I can keep my erection up.
I just love that the Melton movie voice has become canonical and Nick's just constantly doing it.
Yeah.
I had to listen to that voice all the time. Like, that's how he talks. So here's something I've tried explaining to a few people. Because people don't understand Aaron. They're like, oh, he's deceptive, or oh, he's lying, or he's changing stories. No. The man has no past, present, or future. None of it exists.
Yes.
The only thing that exists is whatever he wants to be true right now for whatever reason. And he will change, even if talking to the same person in the same conversation within minutes, it will shift dramatically. He did it on his interview
boxing challenge is a
with,
perfect example of that.
we've seen it.
We just saw this today. But yeah, go ahead, Nick. You're spot on with this.
He did it in his interview with Will Heron, where he's like, Nick's only option, the only thing he could do is to shut the fuck up. Like, he just has to be quiet. He has to do it. And then 10 minutes later, he's like, he stopped talking because he's a giant bitch. And like, why would you ever not talk about it? You just go online, you just talk around it. But like, and he unironically believed each thing at each time he says it. And this is true. It's not something he does. It's not a choice. There's very little in the way of manipulation from him on that. I mean, he's an excellent manipulator, but on that front, he is dead honest. He believes the reality that he sculpts constantly, and I don't think he's aware that he does it at all.
I agree.
That's why everybody is always responsible for anything bad, and if he admits to anything bad, I was the least bad one.
Yeah,
Right.
and it's
it's narcissism.
Everyone to an extent believes their own reality because that's just what perception is fundamentally. But he knows better because he won't get caught in stuff. He won't play a clip. Corndiff sent that clip in today of him backing out of the boxing thing last time. And he just goes, you know what, Corndiff? I'll Venmo you $5. I'm not going to play this. Watch him seethe. And it's like, yeah, he won't. He knows he can't. He said that Melton begged me to come to Hackamania, said ticket sales aren't going well, and he needs me. Well, play that. He said he saw a clip of this. Why wouldn't you play it? It just makes no sense.
Then he played the clip. We don't have to get into this right now, but then he played on his show the other night Patrick being sarcastic, and that was proof that Patrick's the one who's always lying. And it's amazing how it was edited because it would like cut off right before.
I didn't even see it. I didn't even see it.
You didn't see it? Yeah. It was wild because he's just like, finally, he always says show the clip. I'm finally going to show the clip. It's something that someone else edited, put up on Reddit. And he was just like, this big proof against you.
But also, why finally are you showing the clip? Why not before and after? Why not keep showing clips of me lying? That's the way you take somebody down. Trust me.
There's a thing that he does where he's saying, like, he's alleging all the stuff against you guys, and you haven't pled guilty yet to anything, so it's all alleged, right? But he's saying
good work, Nick.
He was saying he was the
I
most sober one.
allegedly did lots of cool stuff.
Right. He went over there. He was the one that was the most sober, and you guys kept pulling him into this world. It just feels like if you're the most sober, you should have the most responsibility to pull people out of it, not take your kids to a drug den, is what I'm trying to say.
It'd almost be weird if, like, when he was interviewed by the police and CPS, if like he told a completely different story about things. What do you need?
Interesting.
Oh no, Moody's in trouble.
No, I think Nick's in trouble.
I'm gonna think
Nick's
Nick. No.
Oh.
Sorry about that.
I thought it was Moody.
Lady Rackets.
No, it's my daughter.
Oh, okay.
She wanted a quesadilla. I'm like, sorry. We don't
Aaron's not here.
We're not
I told you he doesn't feed his kids. Oh, if I was there, I'd feed you, little one.
Her tastes have matured from spaghetti.
Yes.
Dick Tukey from Tukey Soup here, second time, long time. Are you telling us Are you telling us we have to wait till March until your one-man show, Nick Rekieta, from heel to toe?
From heel to toe, otherwise known as my target protein shake release area.
Well, I also wanted to ask you about that. Are you offended that Aaron is so deeply denying this? I mean, I don't think he liked your take.
Again, this is one of those stories where it was his idea. I wasn't even there. I wasn't around. I wasn't in the room. I didn't know it happened until a couple days later.
You checked the footage. I get it.
I love when he's like, he just was willing to believe anything April allegedly may have told me because he was so mad and he hates me so much. I'm like, bro, I heard about this right in the middle of everything.
Right.
It's not like I heard about it yesterday.
Yeah, because they're all still getting along. Right.
So wait a minute.
One of the things that haven't happened in a while is a proof of life from April. I'm thinking, can we get two birds with one stone? I know she doesn't want to be out in the open or anything like that. If she can tweet either yes to confirm the story or no to not confirm the story, just to make sure that she's okay, could she do that? Or could you ask her to do that?
She could, but I almost never see April. Like,
well, next time you do.
She's not here. That's not like a wink and a nod.
March
or
and
a nod.
May.
Like
she's watching.
She's great,
watching
but
the
she's
show.
not here, and like so I can't say yes or no. She's
Also,
got her own thing going.
I hear the sadness in your voice while you talk about that, and I don't want to bring up more sad times, but I heard you're leaving your house, and if you're gonna unplug that fridge and be moving that
They demanded to keep the fridge in the house. They're like, you could take everything else, but this fridge just really closes. It really finishes up the room. Brian brings it all together.
Nick Tukey from Tukey Soup again. I have a follow-up to my last question.
I'll give you some soup, buddy.
Yay! Well, that's what I don't understand. So you painted the canvas, and then was Aaron in the room, and you were like, "Hey, bitch, clean this up," and then you left the room? Like,
no, he wasn't in the room. He wasn't there at all. Like that's weird.
So
No,
he came into the room after? Like you went to go get a Pepsi, and he just like came out of the closet. I was like, "Oh,
I
right,
legitimately don't. I don't remember where I went, but for whatever reason, I mean, there was less activity, so I went somewhere else. I had to go do something. I don't know.
Yeah,
what
I'm
it
sure
was.
you were dehydrated.
I might have gone to bed. I mean, it any number of things. I might have, gone to bake cookies. Who knows? But I wasn't there. It was not a thing where I was involved or had any knowledge of it at all. Like I don't care that much. I wouldn't choose for that to happen. But like if that's what he likes to do, like I mean that's
what he's into, right?
I don't care about other people's fetishes. Like it's not my thing.
Yeah, as Maddox once famously said, there's nothing wrong with being a cuck.
Right.
Delicious.
Like if he asked me to do that, I'd be like, well, that's weird. No, like I'm not.
You're like,
not
I'm
into
the
that.
bull, asshole. That's why I'm not doing that. That's your job.
There's a concept in law called abandoned property, right? Like when you leave something and you're done with it and you don't want it ever again, someone else is free to come along and take it.
It's also called finders keepers, guys. This is a
This
great
is what Aaron
conversation.
did with April.
Nick, do you have time? Can you hang out for a minute?
Yeah, I'm here for a bit.
Awesome. Because I gotta get caught up on super chats. Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can get my camera on. People are wondering why I'm not on camera. I don't have my good camera in the room I'm in, but I'll turn on my shitty laptop camera just so people can like see that I'm like alive or whatever. I don't
admit it. You're doing it from April's studio.
That'd be amazing if it's April's in the background. Peas. Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
Hey, there he. What's up?
All I have is like a fixed position laptop like camera. It's not gonna be.
We don't
good.
need you to
Like,
be that
angle's not
close.
good.
It's
You won't be able to see me well. So,
It
but I am
feels
here. Hi
like
guys.
It feels like we're April on the bed right now.
Oh, come on now.
All right, Peas, $5 says Tukey is the undisputed champ. Carl, you killed it on the Drew Lane podcast. Sans Drew, thank you very much. Drew was out doing Dave Landau's show this past week. Mike V, $5. If you have Clearwater Chad on, I'll just sit and watch quietly. It's all I want in life. Please, for the love of all that is holy. Is Mike V and Clearwater Chad the same guy? What's going on right now? Yeah, a lot of money to promote Clearwater Chad.
This is how Joey Catalano got on every show. He would super chat constantly.
It works. The ghost of Mr. P, $2, says, Carl, you're yelling again. Tone down or it the closet. I apologize. I get very fired up on the show. Mike V, $5 again. I don't have SJ to watch anymore. At least give me some Clearwater Chad. Help a brother out, you guys. I swear I'm not playing reruns here. These are all new messages that are coming in. It'll have Clearwater Chad on Carl. Okay, now it's getting weird. All right, Clearwater Chad, you're definitely getting the link next time. Mike V, don't make me beg, guys. I will if you want me to. Please, just have him on at least once. You'll be glad.
Carl, why won't you have him on?
Dude, Point Devil points on Mondays. We'll have Clearwater Chad on, I promise you. Hellraiser69, $10 for the goal. Thank you, Hellraiser69. We didn't bring up, we have a goal today, everybody. We don't have a goal. I'm kidding. Kate's Bloody Mattress. Wow, what a show. Laugh my fucking ass off.
That you just gave that away, Carl, but like, can you imagine how hectic it would be to have to do that too? Like to just keep track of money?
Figure out a goal right
like,
now?
Yeah, like
it's too much.
That's why his show sucks.
Dude, look at this. Another $10 for Mike V. Did you have Clearwater Chad on yet? Did I miss it? Please have Clearwater Chad on. If you have him on, you'll see how great he is. Thank you.
He's spending more, though.
It's almost better that we don't have him on because then I get more money from Mike V. John the Midget, actor, $2. Any chance PM can do the whipped cream bit?
Oh, these Chad ball washers are getting me.
Oh, boy. Watch out. Let's see what's going on Super Tip here.
WATP is the best thing to come out of upstate New York since Beef on Weck, E-Bombs World, and AmateurFacials.com.
Promo code COME.
I knew about E-Bombs World and Beef on Weck. I didn't realize AmateurFacials.com was a Western New York thing. That's awesome. Aaron the Rat says, how much is the raffle going to be to fight Aaron in his cum-eating mouth? I want to show him how weak I am.
Should we do a raffle? Or I guess that's more fair. We were going to do an auction.
The fifth guy to
But
fight.
maybe a raffle's more fun. But, yeah, maybe a raffle's better.
Silence do get $5. Patrick, why can't you just be like a normal person and look angry after you say something funny?
Yeah. You steel man that argument. You're basically saying, why doesn't Patrick say more stuff he doesn't think is funny?
Right, yes. Why are you enjoying yourself over there, asshole?
All right, boys, let's fight. First one to come loses, and I am good with going 0-3. Patrick, when you die in the ring, I take your slow wife as my pet. Any special instructions for the pet?
Don't feed her after midnight. Don't get her. Don't get her
Put that in
wet.
the contract. Put that in the
and
contract.
never, ever expose her to sunlight.
I have 2 houses and pay my mortgage on time.
The 5 Newports who knocked the bottom out of Kayla immigrated from Jamaica. Jeez. They live in my house.
Thanks.
Yeah, Joey, see, that's wild, sir.
It's expensive to put those guys up.
Yeah.
Yo, my knickers. I'll fight Aaron for 10,000 loaves of bread. It's hard feeding my wife. She's a voracious Newport cock gobbler. And all that work makes her hungry.
If I fight him, can you donate to my rape dungeon? I mean, art studio. I have a new kiln where I mold huge ceramic ghetto penises for sale in my gay-friendly coffee truck. The Newport models need bail.
Oh, woke dad. He's quite the character. Audiophile America says, Nick already told us Aaron drank his wad. I hate to see what he's holding back. Yeah, good point. He's got other stories. And that only came up because the great reporter Tukey asked the question.
Thank you.
Did you ever make plop on Aaron's chest?
No. Oh, God.
He's not Vince McMahon. KJ with $20. Thank you, KJ. Aaron is Glass Joe of Punch Out. His jiggly arms were killing me today. Glass Joe. We should start calling him Glass Joe. That'll piss him off.
Glass toe.
Glass toe.
Glass Joe morning show.
Almost too perfect.
Aaron said the other day, he's like, well, if you got that story, like I would lead with that story. It's like, yes, you aren't funny, so like you would do that, but I didn't bring that story up.
You didn't.
Actually.
No, you did not.
It was a random person on Twitter brought it up out of nowhere. And he said yum as the answer. And it was like, oh, well, I mean, I guess if we're doing this, like, okay, yeah. And April also confirmed it on Twitter, but we didn't bring it up or anything like that. It was just so funny that it's like, oh, okay. If you want to talk about it, I guess. But
Any cum you can eat, choice. I can eat better.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can. Or we're so we're.
No, you can't.
Any cum I can eat, you can eat better. Yes, I can.
I can't believe it's not
Fuck
cum.
whoever messes with Stuttering John's gigs. You are not just fucking with John, but everyone looking forward to John's one-man show. Let John create and alienate the local PD. Fuck you.
Stop yelling, Carl. You're yelling too much.
Doesn't even sound
You know I whack it to Alyssa Clip's nudes on Kiwi Farms every morning? She's a dirty, dirty girl. You hear the time when she sold her nudes to Nick's Discord? She's a sexual degeon like me? Hi, Nick. I miss. The taste of your manhood, can you nut in a Ziploc bag and leave it at my doorstep, please? I still taste you on my lips. Ooh. Will Heron's semen isn't strong like yours.
Cum grub.
Can you imagine, cum grub? Imagine him emptying out the sandwich bag on top of Slam Piece. That's just weird.
I need it on a proper canvas.
You're right. I only lick it off of tits. I'm not gay.
The other day, you estimated the amount of cum you produced as half a fluid ounce, which is like 3 to 6 times the normal amount.
If he ever,
I have bad at estimating the volume of
All right, you're
liquid,
bad at
like,
estimating.
especially on flat surfaces.
he goes
Like, I
on
don't know how you-
Craigslist and he hires those sushi girls to come over and lay on his table, and he goes, no, it's going to be a little different this time. Gets his Ziploc bag out, and just starts piping, cuts a corner out so he can pipe it.
Decorating a
Put the
cake.
floral
Yeah.
decorative tip on. Like,
Dr.
I'll
Cream
make
Jeans.
roses on you first.
Dr. Cream Jeans, $50. Thank you very much for that, Dr. Cream Jeans. Aaron's in a no-win situation. If he accepts the offer to come and do shows, he'll be called to task for his lies. I think that scares him. He'd be suddenly okay with all the pedo allegations, or if he accepted and it was a goof, then he looks dumb.
Honestly, if he would have accepted and come, like everyone would have given him respect for that. And like, again, no one's going to be like a dick to his face. Like, we're going to bust balls. You'll bust our balls.
Yeah, this is
and we'll
what
have
we
a
all do.
drink.
We're
And
ball
it'll, like,
busters.
it
Yes.
would help. But like, I don't think he has it in him.
I think he's the one who's too upset and rage-filled for this.
Well, yeah, because it's like, why else would you say that? Why would you be like,
Right.
they won't hit me. They won't fight me. It's like, we don't want to, we're goofing.
Carl, what was your screen name on eBawsome World?
I don't know. It was a long time ago.
Admin.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Something like that. All right. We can take a break from these guys. Thanks for letting me get through that. So let's talk about well, I don't know. I had this in my notes. I don't know if it's worth talking about right now, but Aaron has gotten so dumb when it comes to this positive test, where it started off with he thought that meant there was cocaine on a little girl's head when it first came back.
Or he kissed her on the head.
Right. And there was coke on there. And now he's saying that there's no way, he doesn't know how drug testing works. He's like, well, there's no way it was incorrect because it showed that she was like a habitual user and using it every weekend. It's just like, wait a second. Now you're an expert on hair follicle testing for drugs?
To punctuate the point behind all of this, I have never been accused by the state of doing anything of the sort.
Right.
Ever. And I never will. And it's one of the most frustrating parts of this is that I will never have an opportunity to defend that allegation. Okay. I just won't. And I'll never get to ask them, how do you think it happened? Now, I have on video officers who handled allegedly illegal substances with their gloves on mere minutes later touching her hair.
So there is video.
I have that on video. That video is currently part of a case that should be wrapping up sometime around February. But I have that. What I know is that aside from that, there is no plausible way that occurred. It could have been a lab sample error.
Yep.
One of the things people pointed out is we had all of the lab techs at the lab listed as potential witnesses in one of that may be subpoenaed. The reason is because in all of this time, we have still not been provided discovery around that test. All we have is a sheet of paper. They didn't provide discovery of any confirmatory tests. They didn't provide a record of methodology that they used to do the test.
We get it. You feel bad.
Yeah, but
they didn't provide a fail rate for the lab, a sample swap rate. Every lab has a fail rate and sample swap rate for like, what if you accidentally spill something in the sample? Like that happens. No, human error occurs, and they have an
Wuhan
actual rate for it.
Is something that we've seen happen. Yes.
But I mean, you're saying, Nick, I know you're throwing like about this, but it's what I'm trying to say is like the touching the hair. What they tested for was metabolites, not the presence of cocaine.
Yeah, right.
On there.
Look, people don't have to believe me on this. There are like 7 metabolites of cocaine, and there's one of them. There's just one. It's benzocagnine or something like that.
And it's awesome.
No, go if you go read. There's drug testing is nowhere near as like robust as people think it is. They don't know what most of it means. Sweat patch testing. They don't even know how it actually functions. But anyway, this particular metabolite, benzocagnine, there are papers out there, and it's hard for them to test this, but it metabolizes outside of the body on skin in damp conditions, usually quoting the paper on a sweaty scalp or in a sweaty area like an armpit or something like that. So the actual metabolite starts to occur outside of the body. There's no need for it to be ingested. Now, if you're talking about norcocaine or one of the alcohol accompanying metabolites of cocaine, those do require to be in the body as far as testing goes. And again, like I have to put something together on this at some point with citations because I know people don't believe me. But again, part of it, when you don't get to fight this, like I hired an expert to do this, but we didn't get a chance to fight it. There's nothing we could do to make it happen.
I totally understood. Actually, I've heard you make this case before, and so it's been dropped. They said there's nothing here, so that's all that we know. There's nothing there. I thought it was really funny that all of a sudden Aaron was on the show as an expert on how drug testing works after he had no idea how drug testing worked. He didn't understand that it was a hair follicle and not just
remember he
licking the scalp and going, "Oh yeah."
He allegedly believed that I convinced him that you're here and cocaine brings you to here.
Right.
And that allows you increased like, so as an expert, he was convinced by a high retard that that's what happens in his world. Like that's what must have occurred. And now he's like, let me tell you about how drugs work.
Right.
After March, when this is done, do you get the cocaine back?
Oh, good question.
No, unfortunately,
you get 20 minutes of the evidence locker to do whatever you want. We'll turn the cameras off.
So funny story.
Scrooge McDuck in the safe.
Funny story. There's a chunk missing.
Spy report. Spy report.
There's
comes in chunks,
some of
Nick?
it that they alleged existed when they left my house.
Maybe Aaron thought it was
not
cum.
exist. It's not in evidence. There are no pictures of it. It's about 2 grams.
Did you talk to your daughter?
They say exists, and you said there's like 2 grams of stuff, and it's gone. It doesn't. Who knows what happened to it? But it's not anywhere. It exists.
Oh,
only
come on! You know what happened to it, Nick. Come on, Nick Smith. Tell everyone what happened.
Think about how much that could have
I
helped
blew
your,
it on children's hair as they walked by, and I said, "See, everyone's doing it."
could have really helped with your legal bills.
Yeah, when it's time to tell these stories, Nick, can you like after every one of these sorts of explanations tell like an embarrassing story about Aaron? Because it's like it's tough to just hear about metabolites constantly.
He's so much better at telling them himself.
I had to teach you all about metabolites.
Let's talk about the boxing. Let's talk about Hackamania. Let's talk about everything that's going to happen. I heard Aaron's going to be doing a Friday afternoon show. Is that true? Is that happening?
Oh yeah, is he on right now? I can search it real quick.
He's premiering. It's not a.
Oh, is that
it's a premiere. Okay.
Oh, that's
playing, right. He's playing the Patrick Lies overtime that he did the other day. He started putting clips out.
Growth? I thought he was getting new growth with viral videos.
Yeah, so he started doing clips because he realized this week that
Clippers
are
weren't
clipping him.
flattering.
Yeah, they're not flattering clips. That's hilarious.
But he said he's worried. He's worried that these Clippers making these clips are picking the wrong thing, and people are going to think that's what steel toe is.
Finally figured it out.
That's the funniest thing I've ever heard in my life. And then he said that he's covering the California wildfires. And what's the other thing he said he covered better than anyone? Oh, Trudeau. He said, I cover it better than any news outlet.
Don't understand
And it's just like,
what is happening?
that's what the toe is. The toe's news and hot takes.
He thinks he's Toe Rogan.
And to prove he's not gay, he gives you a deep exposition on Canadian politics. just nails it right at the
And
gate.
denies eating cum constantly.
And then
I
I
have to
suppose
do
I
it
should
every
address
day
this
for the
before
rest
the
of my
YouTube.
life.
Yeah. Oh, I have that video too. If you want to get into that, but this is actually this is him with the stipulations for the Hackamania boxing that Stalin 19 put together for us.
Tube crowd either leaves or moves over. McBuster says, "Where I gotta scroll up here. Holy shit! Melton and Moody are doing gay ops galore. Melton's mods in Win by 2 and Chad. It's fucking creepy." Creepy watching the same mod and Chad simultaneously a mod for Melton talking about gay ops live in Chad's chat. Memberships bought. Here's the deal.
I was never in Chad's chat. What is he talking
No,
about?
it's part of I think Chad's attacking KB right now. It's really bad what he's doing to her.
Justice
KB. You're the one who's attacking KB, Patrick. We all know what's really happening.
Nobody wins in these gay ops things because number one person gets f***ed with. And then number two, the other person has to realize they're 50 fucking years old and they're doing gay ops. It's over. Patrick and Moody, you're 50. You have no children.
Over. I'm younger. I'm like 3 years younger than Aaron.
That's funny. Yeah, he's been calling you a boomer a lot this week.
I mean, Aaron's 58, right?
No family, no legacy to speak of. You're done.
Only in the prostate.
Oh, did you hear that? That was rough right there. He goes, "You guys have no family, no legacy. You're done."
I'm passing down this boot and barbed wire to my son.
Gay ops. It's over. Patrick.
Someone's been watching Zumag.
Freaking Moody, you're 50. You have no children, no family, no legacy to speak of.
That's my bit. You're 50. That's my whole bit.
But also, how does he know whether we have kids or wives or anything like that? We don't talk about our personal lives.
I don't know if I have kids. How do you know?
Right.
Done. It's over. I mean, look, some legacies and bloodlines must end, so that's a good thing. But you're 50 and you're doing gay ops on the internet.
Oh, you already said that. What else you got?
There's no need to even come back to that. That just is what it is.
You're 50. You're 50, but YouTube takes 10 of that, so you're actually like 40.
We're 35.
Right.
So saw a clip because, I've said this for years and people are finally seeing it. Patrick Melton has no balls. Everything he does is performative. It's an act. He's a chicken shit.
Patricksballs.ytmnd.com. You can see them.
Patricksballs.ytmnd.com. Enjoy.
The fact that this guy is saying that everything he does is performative, it's such projection. And when people do this kind of thing, I'm like, do you hear what you're saying? And you're fine with that. But I guess it goes back to what Nick was saying earlier, where he believes he's smelling his own farts. He doesn't even realize this is what he's
no
always
idea.
performing.
I promise you, he does not know that the reality he's talking about was generated the moment he opened his mouth and will never exist again.
Right.
It was on Hack vs. Anonymous or Kiwi Farms, I believe. That Patrick,
the two greatest websites on the internet,
Melton was begging me to come to his Hackamania event.
Okay, let's address that. Were you begging him to come to Hackamania?
Play the clip. Play the clip.
Apparently, it's not selling well.
Could you imagine our event's not selling well? No, it's 5 months out, but whatever, it's not selling well. And so in order to sell tickets, we're going to get Aaron Imholte, the guy who couldn't sell out Stonies with his KKK rap.
Carl, you're way wrong. His tickets were selling so well that after selling them for literal months, he went, "You know what? We're just not doing tickets."
Right. Yeah, just show up. We'll just hang out.
Last year, tickets weren't even on sale at this time, and we've sold over half of what we sold last year. So, I'm happy with it. It's gonna be big.
You need Aaron to be there.
It's gonna be great. I'm already it's gonna be great.
I just got a notification on my phone. T.O. Hank just bought a ticket to Hackamania.
T.O. Hank, you idiots! Dude, it's almost sold out. I get him. Him right now.
You're not gonna be able to go to the door and just get in. You're not gonna be able to. You're gonna have to buy tickets.
Maybe Blade can come out and do our show. If he does good, I would hire him. No, honestly, why wouldn't you? If he did a great job, 100%, I would hire him to come out. I don't want to run it.
Here's the thing, guys. You don't realize that, again, according to how Aaron runs businesses, self-admittedly how he runs the Steel Toe Morning Show. If you're not selling tickets enough, you could just buy the tickets yourself because you're not the show.
Right.
And
Give 'em
therefore,
the-
you are not actually like doing anything. It's just someone who's not the show is buying tickets from the show for the show's benefit. Just like when he
Also-
sends him a super chat and just gives 30% of money that he has to YouTube for no reason.
You know, so you're saying he's bought fake super chat?
No, not fake ones. He did it.
No, he's
on
saying
the
that he
show.
actually takes
would-
the
he would say,
$5. Yeah.
He's like, we're short $75. You know, we just need to get past 50. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to cover the 25 so we can
Yep.
keep going. Like he's done that on shows that I have listened to. So I know that that's not like some secret.
Right.
Also, yes, with the fake super chats. Yes, 100%. Definitely he has done that too. But I was talking about when he would openly state, well, look, I'm going to cover the difference now. It's like, that's not covering the difference. Like you're just giving YouTube 30% of the money if you make a super chat, but he wouldn't even make a super chat or a Streamlab donation. You just say, it's coming from me. I'm covering it. So then apparently what he's doing, maybe Taxman would be interested in this, is he's just allegedly adding a value of money to the company and getting nothing in return. And then purportedly he would be setting that up as revenue for the company. Like I'm not sure.
We call
But
it
if he
creative
wants us to be-
accounting. All
Yeah,
right.
but it's
says
only
he's
fucking
doing
him.
it,
He's double
if he says
taxed.
he's doing it and then doesn't actually do it, it starts to look like fraud. But like, I don't know. I'm not a lawyer.
well played.
This is trended, man. Like I
Well
can't give
played.
legal opinions. So it's,
Come to
it's
his
me as a guy.
Hackmania event. Apparently, it's not selling well. Hackamania is on the ropes. And
Hackmania's on the ropes. No pun intended, huh?
That's next year. Hackamania 3 on the ropes.
How ironic that Patrick, once again, just like when his streaming career was on the ropes, who did he go to rescue himself?
Tukey.
A pile of shit that everyone wanted to laugh at. That's right.
Hackamania apparently not doing well. Who's he going to? Me. And now, in the clip, as I understood it, because he's not a good broadcaster.
Why does he say
Patrick
as
said
I
he
understood
agreed.
it? Why does he say as I understood it?
'Cause you're not a good broadcaster. He has to
did
decipher
did you? He's trying to be like, I didn't watch it, but it's like, you watched it.
Wants
He
Nick
doesn't even
Rekieta
have Mike
or
Lindell with his, having his back. How could he be a good broadcaster?
myself at Hackamania. Now, judging by how things are going, no matter who you get, we're going to have to inform the state of Minnesota that will be out of the state. And with Nick probably having to be drug tested, I don't know
Not a
if
good
calling
look.
his probation officer and telling him
That
that
I have a work
a guy who's going to
function
be
in Las Vegas.
Right.
Here's the hotel I'll be at here. The days I'll be gone. I
Right.
can either get a local drug test or I can come back and you can drug test me the next morning.
I mean,
how
yeah,
could
I
that
said it's-
possibly be worked out?
He's like, it's not going to look good. You go into Vegas, a former drug addict. I'm like, he's a YouTuber going to a YouTuber conference. Like, it's not crazy. It's not nuts.
Can you put in the contract that if we knock out Aaron, we get to come in his base? Yeah.
He's
No, I don't want
obviously-
you to guarantee that he'll show up.
He's obviously trying to make this thing where it's just like, well, you guys won't even be able to meet my stipulations, therefore it's not going to happen.
Right.
It'd be very easy for him to just be like, well, it's fine if Nick can't make it. I'll still go. It's that easy.
be drug and alcohol tested regularly for the next few years. I don't know if calling your probation officer and going, I'm going to Las Vegas. I believe that's what we call in the business a red flag.
Good one.
Yeah, I'm
I
going
don't-
to a
I don't
public
know.
event that will have like hundreds of cameras pointed right at me, just waiting for me to take a drink. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go there and I'm actually just going to get hammered right in front of everybody, vomit all over a table, and then find someone to leave my
Yeah.
mark on so Aaron can lick it up.
One
Like,
of the most
that's what's gonna happen.
surveilled cities in the country. One
I
of,
don't know.
one of the most.
I don't know if this retard knows this, but every city in America sells alcohol.
Right.
It's
And
not
there's a
just
casino.
Vegas.
Yeah. There's a casino in Nick's state.
Yes, there's casinos, there's bars, there's illegal drugs everywhere in the country.
Do you think that Aaron would ever call your probation officer and like tell him more about the event? from his eyes.
100%. Yeah, I wouldn't put that past him for a moment.
I mean, just don't lie to your probation officers. Again, there's nothing crazy being done. Like
the amount of like
we're all white
insanity-
people. We can travel state to state if we want.
Right. There's no
The
green book
insanity
for
people
us.
have around all this is like, oh my gosh, Nick will be on probation. It's like, yes, the probation exists in the world. Like, it's not the first time they've done it, and people have had to do things like they've had to travel much more extensive and risky things than I'm going to go to Vegas for like a day or two, and like then I'll be right back.
Yeah.
They know how to deal with this. Again, they want they want like the hotel room you're going to be in, the room number you're going to be in, and they want to supplant any accountability factors that are in. So if I'm being drug tested, they'll either want me tested there and have it reported back to them, or they'll want me like if it's short enough time, they just want to test me immediately upon my return.
Yeah. I don't know if that would behoove Nick to do that, but either way, Patrick was like, Snowcat says he went to Nick first, but Nick told him he'd have to ask probation. Yeah, what I'm on is just like I call a guy once a month and he makes sure I have a job.
I don't do that. I'm not on that, Aaron. Why are you on that?
Yeah, wait a second.
Aaron has
you
a
have a
suspended
job.
sentence. You don't have a suspended sentence yet.
You don't have to call. Like, I don't have to call. You could just click on my show, become a fan. If you hit subscribe, you'll see that I'm working every day.
If I don't hit the goal, my probation officer's going to think I don't have a job. Help me out, guys.
Or once a month, once a quarter. I'm sorry. I call a guy once a quarter.
Once a quarter?
And he's like, do you have a job? And I'm like, yeah. Do you live at this address? Yeah. Cool. It's really, I had to do my first one, and I was like,
You would think the way he's describing this is like in Goodfellas when they went to prison and they had like all the perks and everything like that. It's like, no, I have a different type of probation than most people. Mine's amazing.
Yeah, and no matter how you slice it, it's not a good thing. So like bragging about how breezy your probation call is stupid.
My probation comes over, we make Sunday sauce together. You wouldn't believe it.
It's like talking about how you didn't
He cares about me. He really does. He cares about me so much.
I got my prostate checked, but it was chill.
like, oh God, how's this gonna be? And I had my first one, and it was like I looked at my phone after. It was 1 minute and 10 seconds. Was the phone
I blacked
call.
out.
Nick's is going to be a little more
Longer
involved
than I normally last.
than that. He's going to like have to really check in a lot and get tested and all that stuff. So
how would you know?
I know. He just
I
makes
don't
this
know.
shit up.
Why would he?
Yeah, you don't even know what it's going to be like.
Yeah,
He's just making this up.
In the competition of probation officers, he's beating you.
Right, yes.
Another one for the toe.
Who'd you get,
Patrick
Nick?
says it's either, he said, I'll try Aaron or Nick, and it's 48 hours, and I think I'm at like 36 or whatever. And he said, I'll pay for your airfare, and I'll do this, and I'll do that. Patrick, just knowing that you need me this bad is payment enough. Let me give you a counteroffer.
Carl's
I
upset.
don't want to.
Yeah, I didn't approve of this, so good.
Take your money because I don't know where it's been.
Because I don't think Aaron sells tickets.
I love this allegation coming here is that somehow the stuff I've said about kids has made me nefarious money.
Yeah, look, you've been sponsored by Big Cup Holder for such a long time now.
You're right.
I don't believe in microtells, but if I did, the microtells on every pause face of Aaron, you could pause him while getting a blowjob, and he would look worried about it. He's like, "Oh shit, am I doing this right?
Am I going to come right now? Shit, is this too soon? Should I be coming already?"
Have
She
you
noticed I'm not coming?
Embarrassed when I come this fast?
Maybe I could swallow it before she sees.
Don't know where it's been. Have you made it in nefarious ways?
Oh, yeah, we back this up. This is one of the dumbest things. This is a guy who e-begs twice a day, and listen to him how he's too good for your money.
Let me give you a counteroffer. I don't want to take your money because I don't know where it's been.
Yes, you're too good for money.
It's been in children.
If there's one thing we know about Aaron, he's too good for your money. What an asshole.
Aaron vets every single dollar that goes to his
Right.
show.
Yeah.
I made my money in kids. My grandpappy made his money in kids, and God damn it, my kids will make their money in kids.
How many human trafficking bucks do you want?
You made it in nefarious ways.
Nefarious ways. He does the same thing you do, retard. He just doesn't have to beg for money.
In nefarious ways. Yes.
The things you say about children. I don't really know. I don't want your money because I don't know.
Wait a second, Melton. Are you making money by saying things about children?
Yeah.
It's back.
I busk and I have a sign. It says I'll say anything about kids for $1.
Should raise your rates.
But I will come to Las Vegas for free.
Oh.
Will I do the Hackamania event? Kind of. Listen to my idea. I think this is great. So what is it? You and all your people at Hackamania. I mean, Aaron is the worst guy in the world, right? He is
no. Stuttering Chad's way
Not even close.
Yeah,
not even close.
This is part of his narcissism. He's like, I'm the worst, right? I'm the number one bad guy, right?
I put Zelensky on that list. I'd put a lot of people on that list.
It's like,
but
no, we
okay.
just think you're a one of a million run-of-the-mill pieces of shit. It's like I said, you beat your wife a few times. Like there are people who beat their wife every day. Like you're not that bad.
Aaron is a clown that is setting himself and the people he loves on fire. Like that is that's who he is. Not the worst person in the world, but yeah.
Is our white whale. We just can't seem to take him down no matter how many harpoons. Queequeg Melton just
Wait a minute.
When I met you, when I met you and started watching you, I had under 100 viewers watching my live show, and now I have 1,000 sometimes, and sometimes you have 100 and something viewers, and your wife and partner left. You injured. We got you a little bit. I mean,
he also described himself as a white whale who spends his time dodging harpoons, which I think is accurate. Like,
right.
I've never seen a steel toe come up with 3 barrels in them.
I was never able to spear that beluga, but damn it, I tried.
Can't seem to take Captain Ahab Carl just can't seem to take down his white whale.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get Opie and Stuttering Chad and Mooby off the internet, you retard. It's the
Carl,
opposite of that.
You've been after him for 5 months.
I know, right? I just can't take him down for some reason.
This isn't reality, but this is what he feels is reality.
Yeah,
so
these
feels
are
in
feelings.
his heart
Yep.
that everyone wants
I'm going
him
to give you
to
your
get
chance.
to leave.
I make him feel.
Here's my counter offer, take it or leave.
Until tomorrow when he realizes how dumb it is and he's like, no, God, don't you understand trolling? Like, I can't believe you guys don't get the intricacies of the joke.
God.
Oh, fuck. That was amazing this week.
I made you do that.
That was amazing. The Anthony Cumia thing where he pretended that Anthony was saying good things about him, and then everyone called him out, played the clips back to back, and he goes, "Oh, you idiots, you fell for my thing I was doing. Oh, gaslighting your audience? That was a bit? Good
Wait,
one."
pretending not to know what a comet is?
Even if it
just
is
comes
a
out
bit.
the other side. Like every time a comet hits the planet, it just goes and does its destructive stuff, comes out the other side, keeps going. That's why
No worse for the
volcanoes
wear.
exist.
even if it is a bit and he was trolling, like he wasn't, but let's assume that he was, you would want people to fall for it. So why are you chastising people
Right.
for falling for the thing that you wanted them to fall
Only if
for?
you're lying and trying to make it seem like you were playing 4D chess.
Right.
Patrick, we can't do this over streaming. You have to send me an email. We have to have some kind of correspondence. You
You can
can't
easily do it over streaming. There's nothing preventing that at all. Like you're doing it right now. Like,
Also,
over
I
streaming. It's
I
happening.
emailed him, texted him last time, and he ignored it all.
Right.
So
count on Kiwi Farms to get me the message. But here's the deal.
But it is like
As you know,
you can
I
count
am,
on Kiwi.
an
Farms.
All right,
Right.
let's get to the deal. I want to know what his deal is.
Every
Let's figure
time-
this out.
Every time before he jerks off, he goes and checks Kiwi.
I get it. He'll see the message there, is what you're saying. I agree. Yes.
Right.
Boxer. I have a fight coming up February 22nd. I think Mr. Jim's in Foley. Got about 10 or
I'm gonna
15
go.
that have to be cut off of this in the next month and a half, or I'll be fighting in a f***ing corset. But
He's had to lose.
I can
15
always use
pounds
the
for
work, and if I
5
go to
months.
lot,
Yeah, it's not going well.
Why not? You used to podcast in the corset.
Well, he's also the problem is, Nick. I don't know if you know this, but Pasta Bucket has just the best food.
Oh,
it's
it
very hard to
sounds so
lose
good.
weight.
I want a bucket of pasta
and cookies.
I almost picture I was there. I was in St. Cloud, and I'm looking. I'm like, oh, there's Pasta Buckets. I should go take a selfie, but it's snowing, and I hate it.
I want a bucket of ravioli.
You could get the vodka sauce. You could get the red sauce.
Oh,
you
can
get
I mix sauces? Oh, Pasta
Las Vegas, Lord knows I'm going to be plenty unhealthy, and I'll have to stay in somewhat half-assed fighting shape. So back
You're
in
gonna
the
destroy your
70s,
fighting
George
shape the
Foreman
one day you're in Vegas. Yes, that's how that works.
That's
That's
how
how
that
your
works.
body's physiology works.
Yep.
did this event. And during this event, George Foreman fought
here we go
5 opponents in one night.
Yeah.
So did Billy
Knocked them all. No, I'm sorry. He beat all 5 of them, did not knock them all out. You've got 4 or 5 guys who just want to open. One of them being Nick Ricada.
Hey.
So,
all right. So we all want to fight.
Nick Jr. beat 10 guys in one night. Foreman was slow.
Yeah, and George Foreman famously going into that match with a 0 for 2 record.
Right. And also, I just want to point out how famously I'm always telling Aaron I want to fight him and beat him up. That's what always, I go to WATP every day. I'm just like, here are the list of people I want to fight today.
He's right, though. Anybody can eat one guy.
So here's what I offered to you, Patrick. I can get us into like the Mayweather boxing gym or whatever boxing gym you want to do. I just bring
the list goes on.
Yeah. I bet he can't.
Yeah,
how can he do this? He just like, look,
Yeah.
I have boxing credentials. Hashtag X to down. But I have boxing credentials. I just call them up. They're just gonna let us in, and we'll just set up a multi-tiered event that will take an hour of time, have 5 people, all need liability coverage and probably clearance from the state athletics commission. We'll come in, we'll just have a little ring, and just to make it easier, we'll broadcast it live to the world for anyone to watch, and they won't care at all.
Just like at that wedding when he had the rap contest that he got choked out in, I think if he ever gets in a real fight, he's going to be shocked that people aren't like following the rules.
Yeah, he'll come out. He'll like, I won on points.
Right. It's just going to be like, this isn't the way anybody fights. There's no corner to go to. You're not going to hear any bell in the beginning.
You're not doing the proper boxing stance. This doesn't count. Stop swinging at me.
Hey, keep it above the belt.
He lists these major boxing gyms and then suggests that you'll be able to go in there presumably for free, set up a live stream commercial event that's quote unquote endorsed by their gym, and his audience is known for starting N-word chants in public places. I think at Vegas boxing gym, that'll probably go over great, just like it did at Stoney's.
Well, he could have a troll email him tomorrow that, hi, it's Floyd Mayweather. I caught the show. I'd love to open the gym up to you guys. And he'd be like,
athletes book,
I
my coach's
actually
book,
got
my
an
USA
email.
boxing book. I say, hey, I got some guys here. They want to get in the ring. Do you have a little time? We can work it out. And each of you
I love how
can have three.
Carl's going to kill
Carl.
us.
Yeah, sorry, Carl. And just progressively as the show is going on, all the possibles become impossibles. Maybe not Mayweather. We might need to go to Big Bear or the other one.
Guys, this is easy to do. All I got to do is this, and this, and maybe not that, and probably not that thing, but this thing might be difficult.
This actually sounds like listening to Blade and Chad set up the AC event. They're like,
right,
dude, we already announced it. The hard work's done.
Yeah.
Like,
now,
all
I just got to bring a PA system and figure out the internet connection.
He literally got it down to 2 things. He said, all I got to do is get tickets on sale and the show.
Right. That's it.
The show.
That's all there is. Said the guy who's put on a lot of events.
Guys, I'm sorry, but Tuki's got to run. It was great doing this, and hopefully see everyone next week. Love you all more than a friend.
TukiSoup.com?
Yes.
TukiSoup.com.
And Tuki accepts your challenge. You Simon the Chipmunk looking fuck. Let's eat cum. Let's do it. All right.
The next time you eat cum, it'll be in the ring, brother.
Yes, brother. Love you all more than a friend. Yeah.
Love you more than a friend, Tuki.
Pounds, and you just take your shots. And I'm not going to hurt you.
I'll be back.
I'm not going to hurt you.
Hold on.
I'm not going to hurt you.
ring? Do you have a little time? We can work it out. And each of you can have 3-minute rounds.
5 people. I didn't even catch this before. 5 people with 3-minute
He's
rounds.
gonna fight for an hour.
15. Yeah, this is crazy. Okay.
I'm gonna.
And you just take your shots. And I'm not going to hurt you. I'm not going to beat you up. I'm not going to do anything like that. I'm going to get working.
I'm
doing it to get work. But you guys have a chance to take all these words and all this anger and all this hostility you've had for all these years and take it out on me. And a guy who's not even going to hit you back very hard. I mean, a guy who's basically going to be a glorified sparring partner.
I'd actually rather just play darts. You play darts, Aaron? You want to throw cricket, best of 3?
Sudoku?
Yeah.
That's a guy who unprompted suggested that he should and then shouldn't box me, even though the DA and the lead detective on my case would love it if he just beat the ever-loving shit out of me.
Yeah.
I've never suggested that I should fight Aaron Imholte, like not ever once. He's like, you guys, your hostility, you're just so anxious to get in the ring and fight me.
Right.
Like,
Do you know?
No concept of reality. None. It doesn't
Is he on
exist
any
to him.
medications that you know of?
I don't know since he started therapy if he got
testosterone.
any medications. I know he started therapy.
Estrogen, perhaps. Estrogen.
But his therapy is just BetterHelp.com.
Yeah,
like he
it's
talks
not-
all the time. He's
Right,
like, look, I've
yeah,
been going
yeah,
to
yeah.
therapy. I've been getting, it's just BetterHelp. It's like he talks to someone online once, every so often. And
So
he actually had stopped doing that for a while and went back to it later.
I got better.
Well,
Nick, I'm better now.
He had the 15-minute free trial, and on that, they told him he's not a narcissist. He's
Yeah.
like, it's pretty good. I'm going to sign up.
Yeah,
You
the
can't
room they
possibly
locked
be a
him-
narcissist. I'm like, I know, I've beaten it. No one else could manage, but I did.
Right.
The room they laughed him out of was a chat room. Will he get a baseball bat against Nick this time?
I'm sorry, what was that last bit?
Oh yeah, he said last time he fought you, he had a baseball bat with him.
Oh, that's right.
This is one of those fun things. He did not. And believe me, I want that to have happened because what people may not understand is if you suggest that you threatened someone with a baseball bat and put them in such fear that they did something that they weren't otherwise doing in the state of Minnesota, that's 2nd-degree felony assault with a deadly weapon enhancer that he admitted to publicly if that story were true.
Hold
If
on. You
that
sound like a
story-
lawyer.
If that story were
Don't take
true,
my word for
I
it.
could go to the police because I know the exact date he's talking about. I could go to the police and say that, look, I have 2 witnesses who are there that say that there is no justification for this type of behavior. And this man grabbed a baseball bat and threatened me. He's bigger than me. He's taller than me. And he backed me off of where I had a legal right to be with a baseball bat. That would be a slam dunk case that he admitted to doing.
Right.
And I can't do it because it didn't happen. It's like,
Right.
oh, God,
He'd
I
have
wish
to
you
use the
would've
Alex
now.
Jones defense. Like, I'm just a performer. It's the character that I play. That's not a real thing.
God, if I would have been
Hilarious.
vindictive, like I could have
Yep.
honestly gotten him charged with a crime that you could go to prison for a really, really long time, like a severely long time. And it's not one of those things where it's like, okay,
At least
well,
90
it's your
days.
first time assaulting someone with a deadly weapon, so we'll probably do probation. Like, no, like, homie, you'd be going for a while. But no, that didn't happen.
Oh.
It's a thing where he took pieces of a scenario where I'm in an argument with someone because I'm in an argument with someone that has no physical violence involved at all. And he has decided then that in his mind, he must have done something to rectify the situation. It's like, well, or there was an argument and the argument was over and no one ever exchanged any sort of violence during this, because that would be insane. That would be something that is so out of character for who I am and who the other person is, that it just didn't happen. But in his mind, he's like,
You seem like an angel.
"Bat, stop him. Why'd you have to get a bat? I'm so little. You told everyone you could just brush me aside with one arm. Like, why would you need a baseball bat, you weirdo?"
I Tit Edie says, you pronounced my name wrong to you, Goblin. It's ITT Edie, not random letters. Fair enough. I'll get better. Thank you for the £5. Diablo Sandwich $2 says, Tukey borrowed Rocco's headgear. Come eating guinea. That is true. Can Tukey please do a road trip to Daniel Alexander's coffee shop with the puppet MAGA hat? Love Tukey. I'd chat 100 toward that bet. That would be amazing. Love to see that interaction. MGD with £5 says, Aaron responded to NLO claims about the boxing hackamania thing in replies to my tweets earlier. Talking to Twitter, smash that unblock button fat. I think he's talking to you.
He? Don't misgender her.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry.
Wow.
Hate speech.
The ghost of Mr. P. Moody, did you give Frodo a handy in Shire? I say yes.
No, he's in the Undying Lands now.
AO 1012 $2. Nick is no less embarrassing than Aaron.
Cool.
No less?
I'll take it. I'm not sure how that works out, but I'll take it.
It goes to Mr. P. Nick, Tukey wants 2 raw dog ape. Can you hook him up?
He'd have to contact her for that. I'm not her agent.
Who wouldn't want Tukey? Self-cutting girl $2 says, don't let Alyssa clip this show. She scams simps.
Allegedly.
There goes Mr. P. Nick, does ape really smell like low tide in New Jersey?
I've never been to New Jersey. I don't know. I'll go check.
Good answer. MGD.
How long did it take to get the smell out of the house, Nick?
MGD with £5 says, Carl, doesn't Nick sound like he has that Tom Myers delivery inflection? Hope you can't unhear it. Tom is coming to AC, by the way. Yeah, I heard that Tom Myers is going to be at your AC event for the Super Bowl. That's exciting.
It'll help the funny.
Corn dip, $5. ST is now requesting a physical and U.S. boxing membership. Steel Toe is.
Right.
Yes, the stipulations are getting harder and harder. Corn Diff, props to you. Thank you for keeping this guy grounded. Gonzo.
It's so insane. We knew that was coming. We got to get insurance and permit and.
Well, the physical right there. I mean, come on. Is there anything that Patrick Melton and physical? How would they use those two things in the same sentence?
Hey,
Gonzo, member for 17 months, says this episode is remarkable. Tim 422, out fucking standing show. See you guys in Vegas. TWO. We will see you in Vegas, my friend.
2 World Order. TWO.
There goes Mr. P. Nick, did Ape move on to older, richer, junky
Jesus
grandpa?
Christ.
Good question.
Is that are they talking about my dad? No, she didn't do that.
Okay. Benjamin Leviathan. Bring Ethan Ralph to the fight. Oh, he'll be there. If there's a fight, Ethan Ralph will show up. I know that.
Saying Aaron ate your dad's come too?
No, don't put that on my dad. My dad's such a nice guy.
Hulkamania gifted 1. Who are these podcast memberships? Thank you very much for doing that. With the membership, 2 bonus episodes every single month. You can watch WTP live every Wednesday and Saturday on this channel. The Ghost of Mr. P, $2. Nick, a real DA would destroy you.
The normal DA is destroying me just fine. You don't need a real one. I'm doing okay.
Good point. Jen with $5.
Oh, you know that Keno Casino is going to be like, Nick said the DA's not a real DA.
Right. All right, someone's got to read
probably
this.
said that to this DA before and laughed. Like, I know her. I've done cases with her.
Benzoyl.
Why are you so mean to me?
Benzoylecgonine.
Nick, are you close enough to see what we're reading?
Inactive metabolite of cocaine.
That's the metabolite I was talking about specifically. Yes, that's the one that starts to metabolize outside of the human body in moist conditions, like on skin.
And some teas can cause a false positive. We're learning.
She wasn't drinking tea. Like, as funny as like that would be. Like, oh, here's an explanation. Someone asked in the chat, just real quick. They're like, oh, so you didn't ask for a retest? Literally, the first thing I said was, we demand a retest. And it'd just be great if I had this on recording. The person from the county looked us dead in the eyes and said, the county is not interested in pursuing a follow-up test.
Okay.
But like, again, this is one of those things you can't express how frustrating it is to be accused of something without actually being accused of it in a way that would allow you to address the accusation. You
I
just
can.
Can't.
How do you prove you don't bang kids?
Why would you try?
Patrick Michael says, love when Nick is on. It must drive Aaron crazy. I would imagine. Thanks for being here, Nick.
My
pleasure.
pleasure.
Mr. P says, I'm going to be Jenny's BDG in Las Vegas. I'll rock that pussy. Wow.
Here we go. This is this time of the show every day.
Wow, it's getting wild in here. Ricada's coked up kid. Yo, 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 yo. My snort. Naturally negative $10 says, given that BetterHelp was once caught hooking people up with non-professional therapists, I think his might be stoking his rage rather than stopping it. Yes, I think this might be stoking his rage. Well, yeah, the fact that they told him he wasn't a narcissist on the first meeting, not a good sign.
A therapist called Slampy's his heart song. That's not in the DSM-5.
Right. I forgot about that.
I just got the email. Cool Cat wants to fight me, and the winner gets SP horizontally.
Against the ropes means something completely different with Mubi.
Against the ropes. Good call. Good call.
I don't like bringing up, like, I don't like addressing the subject.
Knew that by an able.
Oh, wait. Sorry, I'll
I don't like addressing the subject so much. I don't want to kind of monopolize the show with it, but I'll address one more thing I've seen a couple times in the chat. No, we could not actually procure a test on our own. The county decided that there was an emergency situation and they had custody of our children. The children went to family for foster care, but we did not have access to them and we did not have the ability to make a legal medical decision, including hair testing for them. It was something we wanted to do.
Sure.
Because believe me, like, I don't know if you guys know this, but if there's a test indicating that your child was using illicit drugs, you want to know how the fuck that happened, especially when you have someone who really hates you, who's publicly talked about having access to things that your children ingest. Like, you want to know the possible ways.
And they don't know the value of Coke and how expensive it is. There's just like, are you the one stealing Daddy's Coke? This
5 kids, you can't give them all.
You know how it didn't occur. And so you go, okay, like, I know how drug testing works. This is either
you don't
just
owe anybody this. I would just be like,
this
fuck off.
On.
Like, you don't know anybody that's explanation. Just be like, fuck off. Nobody knows what they're talking about.
It's just, again, it's frustrating when something you pour your whole life into, like for Kayla and I, has always been our children. Like, they have taken so much priority over their lives that I created a new genre of entertainment for the world to make it so that I could be lazy and sit in my house to work in the middle of nowhere.
And now look, now they're all
like,
fat and doing Stoney's commercials.
It's like I did that much because I needed to be available to be around my children and to help raise them. We homeschool them. I needed to be home to help Kayla out.
Nick, I get it. People think I got Stuttering John's gig canceled. So yeah, there's a lot of people with misinformation out there.
But you gotta save all these stories for your show when they pay you to ask these questions. Don't address the free chat. Turn it off. Turn the free chat off.
That's a good idea. Sorry. Thanks for teaching me how to stream.
All right,
it's been a while for you. I know.
To talk here.
Only the junior era knew that by an able and persistent use of propaganda, heaven itself can be presented to the people.
Why is he out of breath?
As if it were hell.
I don't know.
And vice versa. The most miserable kind of life can be presented as.
Wait, was he boxing? Is his Tukey boxing? AI sees Tukey working out.
Just doing propaganda.
No, he was making protein shakes for Aaron.
Moody knows the truth.
Moody knows the truth.
Moody knows the truth. Moody knows the truth.
Do I?
Oh,
wow. It must be true.
This dude's boring. Pay your mortgage and shut up.
Don't tell me how to live.
Shall we see it spoken?
This guy is a creep.
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 And to be fair, he couldn't have taken the loan out if he hadn't paid the mortgage. He paid the mortgage.
Right.
I think I paid my mortgage off today. So
Congrats.
there you go.
That's awesome.
Well done.
Cheers,
Nice.
y'all. My house is now back to being free and clear. Sorry you don't understand how to leverage debt.
Drive by with $50. Thank you very much. Drive by says it just wouldn't be Friday without this little piggy. Thank you, gentlemen. I agree. This has become a Friday staple for YouTube, and thank you for supporting the show. We appreciate that.
Hackmania is on the ropes, just like how Nick's cum ropes out of April's pussy into my mouth.
Use the promo code CUM and I'll suck the first 50 guys' dick and make my stomach a spermy playground.
What the fuck?
That was the real Cardiff. That wasn't AI. I just want to point it out. Happy New Year. Fucking Blade.
Blade on his
Happy
balls.
New Year.
I mean, that was why. Like, I couldn't believe it. I was like, in 40 minutes, this guy is. It felt like it was a new year by the end of it.
Did Aaron pay April into their joint account?
Yes.
He said it wasn't like even paying April. Like he didn't specify this is for April or anything like that. He just pulled a number.
No, there's a definite. No, there's a definite monthly amount specified specifically that went into their joint account. She received a
She had a pay
stub for it.
stub.
She's an employee of Steel Toe.
Okay.
Oh wow.
He was just taking the money.
Guys, I have to play just
and
one
then
more
accused
clip.
her
I know we're going
publicly
late.
of stealing his money by paying something from a joint account while they were still married. He accused her of
Right.
stealing thousands of
That's
his
true.
dollars.
Yeah.
And then sent her a pay stub, I think the next week, about like how much money that Steel Toe paid her that month that she stole the money, and it was more than the money she stole. Like that happened. That's a real thing. It's almost like there's records of all this stuff.
Weird.
Just before
April
you
needs
play
to start a show.
Just before that you play that,
I
Carl,
agree.
can you look at my screen? I've got the tweets from Aaron and
boy.
MGD. So basically, Steel Toe said, "I called his bluff. I
Blow it
named
up.
my Sorry.
Yeah, can
Blow it
you
up.
zoom in a little bit?
Sure.
We can't read it.
Yeah.
Great.
Yep.
Thank you.
I called his bluff. I named my terms. He can't meet them, like always. He asked me to do his show. If I had it my way, I'd never do anything with that tard. But he asked what it would take. I named it. He couldn't deliver. Then says I ask for too much. LOL. Cope.
He's just making that up. It's all made up.
And then he.
Then I put his email. Show that email so people can see what he sent me.
Oh,
'Cause
right.
he
When
did
did you say
email.
you couldn't do it? I don't remember that happening.
I didn't, but right after the show I did, he sent this email in. By the way, stipulation 1 is just him being petty, just being a bitch. Read it.
Stipulation 1, not doing Hackmania. Sorry, I know you need me. Stipulation
That's the first stipulation of the boxing match.
Stipulation 2 has to be a Foreman-style 5v1 at a boxing gym. Stipulation 3, Nick Recator has to be part of it. Otherwise, there is no point.
Otherwise, there's no
You missed
point.
me.
What is so? The point is
It doesn't matter. We agreed. It doesn't matter. We've agreed. All this.
Since you never tell the truth and are scared to do this, establish a monetary penalty you owe me if you don't take part.
Right.
And I did that. Up to $10,000 I'm willing to put up as long as it goes into an escrow, a fair escrow that gives it back to me.
You asked me what it would take. That's what it would take. Don't beg me to be part of your event and then cry to people when I tell you what it will take. I think you said all of this stuff before he.
Right. He's so shitty of a businessman. He forgot some of his own stipulations.
Right.
This must be streamed on your own channel.
Yep.
You said that this had to be in writing. You said it had to be notarized, but I don't think you really know what that means.
He
But
doesn't realize
okay,
Patrick's a very good poker
contract
player.
proposal. Like what? Who would do that? You notarize. You can't notarize a document. You notarize the signing of the document. That's
Right.
what notary is for.
He thought that's who's going to draft it up. But it's like, you're the one demanding paperwork, so get your lawyers to draft it up. Oh, you think I'm going to pay the... Like, again, we don't need to do a thing if we just put the money in escrow. I don't need to have it in paper if you don't. When you put money in escrow, that's money. That's what counts.
He keeps saying that you keep asking him what he wants, which was never... He asked what I wanted. I wanted Foreman
Yeah, I
style
never-
5v1, and he said one of them couldn't do it. I don't think you said that. I'm sorry. I didn't ask to be a part of it. I could have asked for a ride to the moon. It doesn't matter. He asked, then got mad at my answer. It's so easy. He doesn't want any part of me.
When did he say one of them couldn't do it? So he must be referring to me, who has
Right, but
not said that
now
he
Nick can
cannot
do it. This was early. This was early. So now
Aaron said
now
that Nick couldn't do it, and Nick didn't say that Nick couldn't do
right.
it.
I've been trying to find a way to get to Hackamania,
Let's go.
and say 100% I can be there for X time. Like I've been trying to work that out for weeks. I've got some pieces that need to fall into place. Like, I don't know. I just have to make sure my house will be here when I get back.
Yeah, you asked me what it would take. Dino, stop walking away. Don't walk away from me. What are you doing? I'll fight you. I'll fight you. I'll fight.
That's literally
Don't
what's
make me
happening.
fight. Don't make me fight.
Stop holding me back.
Don't hold me back.
Melton, I'll
Don't
only
be my
go there if you
stipulations.
fist fight me in the ring with 5 other women.
So stupid.
All right. I have one more thing I have to play. We have some
All right,
more
let's play it.
super chats and stuff to catch up on. But thanks everyone who's been hanging out. This has been a great show. Thank Nick for coming on and hanging out for so long. Appreciate that. This was the most embarrassing thing that Aaron did this week, and so I have to play this on this show.
Hold on. All right. Here we go. There we go. That's it. That's the 2-3 seconds.
Okay, so this is the truffle shuffle. Now, I want to point
It's
out.
not 2 or 3 seconds either. He
No,
cut away.
it's not. Yeah,
it
he-
is
he
not.
went
I've
for
seen
it.
the Goonies a million times. It cuts away.
Yeah, it keeps going. So I want to point out that this is a guy who has dignity and won't eat a stick of butter for $100.
Right.
Right?
He will, Carl.
Of course he will. Look at this.
Yeah.
He can be double dog dared into anything, I'm pretty sure.
I can't put my arms down. And that fits too.
Yeah, right.
You're about to see peak masculinity,
Yes.
ladies and gentlemen. You have no idea. This is what the ideal male figure is.
And Johnny Crutches over here has so much respect for his host. You can just see it, right? He's like, oh, this is what I look up to.
And now it's going to be all torso, too.
Oh, this is even better.
All right. Stand up straight, Aaron.
Don't suck in your gut. Put it out there.
Is this sucking in?
Yes.
Yeah, that's sucking in massively.
Oh. His stomach's bifurcating. No, buddy, get on a diet. I know how to help. I can help you lose weight really fast.
All right, let's see if we can change the playback speed. I'm thinking 0.5.
The zooming in on his
5
I know a lot of people are
God,
distracted
put it
by
out
his
there.
stomach.
Yeah.
But zoom in on the face. It's a different journey.
Oh my
His stomach looks like a cat's mouth, though. It's driving me crazy.
What the fuck is he thinking with that?
Gay!
Amazing.
And then
Thank you.
my fans asked me if I would do it, and I went, no. Nobody wants that. I get kicked off YouTube.
Yes, that would not be good. You can't show boobs on there. Nick Rekieta has a cool wood ceiling. He does have a cool wood ceiling. I agree with
Is
that.
that a euphemism?
Domino's Pizza located in my butt, 2 bucks says, Nick, when is your next stream? We miss you.
Pretty soon.
Pretty soon. Very good.
Thanks.
I'm thinking February, maybe.
I want to do it before then. I know me, and it's like, don't go on a show and just like get worked up and start talking too much. So
right.
I know I need to make sure that I won't do something that fucking stupid.
Smart.
and,
I can't
and
see you
jeopardize
talking
something.
too much.
Yeah, look, if you do if you do your stream on May 21st, I'm sure Patrick and Carl will raid you.
Nice stupid podcast. $5 says, if the toe can't make it to Heckamania, you can always invite Pigsaw. I hear they have a good time in Vegas and can set something up fun.
Yeah.
Dustin $2 says, let's box instead. Stucho, is that you? No shit. Why does everything turn into a box?
It really, but it was like such a peaceful offer. I was like, you'll make us like, I was being honest. You'll make me a little uncomfortable if you agreed to that. It'd be funny. I'd be like, all right, I guess he's coming.
The $4.95 Marauder $5 says, the 40-year-old that wears a 316 shirt wants 3 16-year-old cocker. Skull Stuttering John wrote me this joke, April's box, FSJ. All right, very good. Jordan Bates, $5. Nice Turtles had the foot. Ninja Turtles had the foot. Wow, I can't read. Marvel had the hand. The Dabble versus has the toe. Our villain as puny as our heroes. Tukey Hulk aside. What in the hell did I just read?
Somebody's Bitcoin wallet phrase.
The ghost of Mr. P. Who cares? Shh, Jenny's watching Jeopardy and BBC vids.
Jesus Christ, at the same time?
I think he's referring to my wife right now. She does not watch Jeopardy. She's not that old.
If you had the Jeopardy theme on, though, Jeopardy would slow you down coming.
That's true. Either baseball or Jeopardy is what I need. No euphemism, PM douche. It's cool. I feel like we're having conversations with people that we're not having conversations with.
I'll
could be wrong. Well, this has been a fantastic episode. Nick Rekieta, again, thank you for coming on. This guy showed
Thanks
his
for
face.
having me. It's really been nice. I haven't been on camera in a while, so it was good to come hang out. Thanks.
I feel like we had an exclusive today.
You're looking healthy, Nick.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Looking good. I'm glad you don't like alcohol anymore. Good for you.
I actually, funny story, I don't.
I heard you on Dick talking about you're just like, I tried to drink some whiskey and I don't like it anymore. I was like,
it just
wish I could
tastes
get
now
there.
like everybody who I used to call a bitch would describe it. Like, it's sour. I don't really like it. And I was like, yeah, I get it now. I didn't then. My mouth was always numb.
Well, you've detoxed. Yeah.
Yes, that will do it.
Someone was complaining. They're like, oh, Nick sounds lit up and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, have you considered that in my entire YouTube career, you've never actually seen me sober? Like, it's never happened until this summer. Then you finally saw me completely detoxed of substances. Since I started, I was
doesn't
drinking.
It suck? It sucks being sober, doesn't it?
I'm learning to not mind.
I don't.
Can
Like,
you
I
before
was annoyed
before
at
your
first.
sentencing? Before your sentencing, can you drink? Can you have one big? Can you like have a night?
Yeah, so I'm in a weird limbo period where but the family case is done. Like, it's completely closed, it's over. And so those were where all my restrictions were in the family case. I paid for unconditional bond in my criminal case. So I can drink as of right now just fine. Like, there's no testing or anything like that. Once I plea and they do the pre-sentence investigation, that's when things will start up. And technically, it'll be the day I'm sentenced that I can no longer do that. However, I think if I go in like for my pre-sentence investigation and I'm like hammered and reek of alcohol, like that'd be a bad thing to do.
I mean, you should get you even fake it. Get a fake bottle of whiskey and do a stream, and you'll break the fucking internet.
Oh, we should have said that. We should have said that afterwards, so we got offline.
It doesn't matter. That's the thing with haters. It's
That's
so funny.
true.
It's
You're right. Yeah, you pour iced tea into a bottle of whiskey and just have at it.
Right.
So on my on the version of my stream that the state submitted and said was mine, which the state still has not viewed my stream, like they haven't done it. But anyway, the version that they submitted was from someone else's channel, and the first pinned comment on there is a cataloging of all the drinks that I had, which is really funny because it's so many. But most of what they were saying was actually me drinking legitimate sweet tea out of the steel mug that I had. Is sweet tea mixed with vanilla almond milk. And so it looks kind of frothy like a beer, but I hate beer.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
I wish that would have been like 45 drinks. I wish I could drink that much. I thought I did pretty well at like how much I drank. I did so well. I don't remember half of that show.
You look better than Melton. Good job, no slabo.
Hey.
What does no slobber mean?
I think it means no Diddy, but it's a different
usually
version of that.
the people who are like
M4M NSA no slobbo. Like,
yeah.
All right, let's leave.
Patrick, Nobody Likes Onions. Go check out the Nobody Likes Onions channel. You got a show tonight?
Yeah.
All right.
Come on out.
Check out his show tonight. Moody, what are you promoting besides Super Tip?
Just a whole bunch of gay ops all over the internet 24/7. It's not like I have a normal life or anything like that.
Very good.
Just don't look for me.
And Ricada Law, go over to Ricada Law. Are you on YouTube, Nick?
I mean, I haven't streamed since like June or July or something. I think, I don't know. Don't hold me to it.
You should
The
you'll
exact
lose your
time that-
monetization if you don't keep it up.
Yeah.
I think
that's true.
Yeah, I've been wanting to stream. Like I said, I need to get to a place where I'm not sitting thinking about me, and my situation, that I can actually just do a regular show. Because I don't want to fucking get on my show and just sit there and blab on about this shit. It's not the right place for it. Some people want to hear it, but most people would just the few people who want me to come back want me to just kind of do like a normal show, and that's, I think, the wise move.
All right, fair enough. But if you ever do want to give your side of the story, I'll be tuned in for that.
Hackmania.
Do it. Hackmania.com is where you want to go. May 9th through 11th, we're going to be in Las Vegas. Nick might be there. We don't know. It's going to be a blast. We're going to have live podcasts from NLO, This Little Piggy. Who are these podcasts? The Creep Off, Tukey Soup, The Weird Medicine with Dr. Steve. What am I forgetting?
Dick and Vito's.
Yes, the biggest problem in the universe is going to be
Internet.
there. Holy shit, it's going to be some kind of show. So if you miss it, you're an idiot.
There's a show in town, it's going down. Every week we're back on solid ground. Steel toe slipping, but we're gripping. Got the tea to spill, it's always flipping. From April's scrim to Aaron's glee. Oh, this drama's just a spree. Polydrama, legal trauma, another win. Oh, that's the karma. This little piggy went to YouTube. This little piggy's on her own.